All right, let's rock and roll with this. I was going to put this off a little bit longer, but then I realized I have more important stuff to do for the rest of the week. So we're going to get this discussion going on this tonight. So I got way more important stuff to do for the rest of the week and then worry about this thing. So what's up, Donut, over on Twitch? How you doing? Hang on. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn that light on. Okay. The little crybaby bitch make his money. I'm just kind of wondering about that. He's playing Mind's Eye, which I've never heard of until today. That people are just like, oh yeah, it's a thing. Oh, he's stalling. Oh, he's so close to the goal. He's so close. Okay. I gotta get my curated stuff going. Oh. Yeah, I want to put it. I keep want to type in pay pig, but it's pig pig go. And maybe try pig pig re, because I think that's the one. Oh, it's the detractor search engine. Okay. Massive delay. This site sucks, dude. As for Drake, how's everyone doing tonight?
A good time for people to get in and get situated.
What is Thank you for the like a tongue gif, Woody. Holy shit. Is this on game days? This is game days. Why do we have, oh, right, Robe and the Pokemon stream. Oh shit, hang on. Oh, the Pokemons. I keep forgetting those are all in there. How many of those are game days? Are they all game days? It must be. For now, yeah. Until later. Oh, Woody, I hope you got my DM there. Since Eric can't do Wednesday, I might be able to. Don't ask me what I'm playing yet, though. I might do Mario Kart World. And if anyone wants to join me, cool. If anyone's got a Switch 2, cool, join me in the open room or online. But I might just go, I'm just gonna unlock stuff myself. I don't know. Go figure that out. Okay, I gotta go to my watch later because I've got that saved. I already asked, but okay. Oh, you asked what I was playing? Oh, I didn't get the DM. God damn it, we have to do. Okay, let me search for like the last yeah, this might take a while. This site's okay, ROMs with a space. Thank you. Kind of sad for telling me about that. Because if not, for some reason, like PicPic Go is like when you type in ROMs, he thinks you're saying, he thinks he's PicPic Go says thinks you're saying FromSoft, which that doesn't make any sense. Oh man, I've been waiting for someone to do a video covering really, GDX? I kept like subtly hinting at ALT to be like, hey yo, you like this is other, because like he's been getting like really pissy about it when people are like asking him to like, you know, just install emulators on the computer. And he's just like, oh no, plus it's illegal, did you know that? Like, yeah, no one fucking cares. But what's up, JDEX? How you doing? He's stuck in the 80s. Cool. And he's still going into massive overtime right now on his Mind's Eye game. Like he really wants to like someone will Hail Mary come in. It's like, oh, just someone just give him $36 so he'll shut up and go home. Anywho, okay. So the purpose of my little rant, and hopefully like this doesn't take too long because I do want to actually just play some games tonight. But so this was coming up because there were some points there where in the last little bit people have been asking him, hey, can you play anything like on like that's not on current stuff? Let's just like, you know, go back and play some of the older games. Like, go play this or that, or I can't remember what else he's like. NBA Jam. He's like, oh, where can I get NBA Jam? It's like just get a ROM and an emulator, and then his utter like his pigheadedness to not just get it an emulator and a ROM. Like he has to make it such a big deal. It's like, no, I have to play an official stuff. Now look, it's okay. I think it's okay to have that mentality. Like if you want to play the original hardware, go for it. But then again, if there's a game that you really want to play, just emulate it. It's not that big of a deal. Here's my take on this. There's something I really want to play, I will find a way to play it. But if a company goes out of their way to make a compilation, say like Konami with like Castlevania, Contra, I will support those, because even if the game in the series I don't want is not on there, if I vote with my dollar, I say like, hey, if I buy the Castlevania collection, does that mean you'll produce more Castlevania collections? And they have. We've gotten the Advanced collection and we've got the Dominus collection with those DS games. Like I've been wanting like good ways of playing the DS games for ages. Even though I've played Dawn of Sorrow with the hack that allows you to like make sure you don't have to do like the drawings, like that mechanic was kind of dumb. But that being said, if I want to play Little Samson, I am not paying a scalper $2,000 for a legit copy of the NES game to play it on authentic NES hardware. I will get a ROM. Same thing with like Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, going to the Super Nintendo, going with like those competition cards, Hagane. I am not going to pay exorbitant amounts of dollars just to play it and then have it on my shelf and never touch it again. Like, that's ridiculous. But if like, say, if Taito came out and said, hey, all those like really rare NES games we put out near the end of its life cycle that we only did one runs of and they're like no longer available, like Panic Restaurant, Little Samson, Flintstones, Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, and others, hell yeah, I'll buy that. I bought the Mr. Gimmick Special Edition, which is just, hey, we threw the ROM in an emulator on this for the Xbox. I was like, I will support that. And you know what? They came out with Gimmick too. It looks a little rough around the edges, but hey, Mr. Gimmick is out there. It was a game that was never released. Like I said, I will fully support it. If they give me a way to buy it, I will. However, if you do not give me a way to buy it, I will still play it. And just like, my God, like it's like with people like Phil, he takes just a hard stance at this. It just drives me nuts. So I had to go back through his DSP gaming to find out the last time he did emulation. And it was about 11 years ago. And it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Hero Turtles, as he has titled, Hyperstone Heist on Genesis. If there's another one out there, I don't know. Like I think this is the last one. I was going through all his playlists. I was just like, and he has like what, like 80,000 videos now. It's hard to find. Oh, JD, I gotta go back into there. Did I count JD emulation on official hardware? No, I am only counting him actually playing on an emulator on PC. Like the official hardware stuff, whatever, that's fine. You're actively giving people the money. That's all, that stuff's on there. So like, I'm not including the Genesis Mini. I'm not counting the NES Classic or SNES Classic, if he even owns those. Did he even buy those? I don't know. I don't care to know. RCP S3 allowed me to play the Darkness again. I'm not sure why people hate emulation. Oh, see, that's the part of emulation I haven't gotten that far into. I have not emulated 2 console generations ago, like 360 or PS3. That's something I would love to learn how to do, though. And the key thing too is that, like, with emulation, it'll help you out with stuff that is no longer readily available. Like the Wii, there are so many WiiWare games that are just gone. You cannot get. There was a remake of Blaster Master from Sunsoft. There was all the Rebirth games from Konami, like Castlevania Rebirth, Gradius Rebirth, Contra Rebirth. Those are versions of games you cannot get anywhere else. And then all the stuff that's on WiiWare, that's gone. The only people who hate emulation are fanboys. Yeah, that is true. Ed Phil. There are a lot of but the minority, thank goodness, majority are sane people. PS3 emulation is super easy. I'll have to look into it. The only person I've ever known to try out PS3 emulation has been my podcast buddy Reset Patrick. We actually did. He emulated PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale because we were doing this thing where we were playing Smash clones, and there was no legit way for us to play Battle Royale. So we emulated it. We went through Parsec. It was chuggy as all shit. I think we could only do 2 players. That was kind of the funny thing. Look at, oh no, it's Alex's guide to it. I will, like, and that's the thing too. That's probably one of his biggest, Phil's biggest hangups is that the reason he doesn't do emulation because he claims it's too big or it's too hard because there's so many like little things you need to do here and there. I'm like, bitch, like if it's like even under PS1, it's like the easiest thing to do. And even above PS1, get a BIOS file. It's not that hard. Archive.org. Why is my camera stuttering? Oh my God. Give me a hot second. I don't know why my camera's stuttering. I think it's on face cam. Okay. Let's try that out. Oh, my bad. A Steam Deck. Yeah. And even like, so like the stuff that is like that you need to get onto Steam Deck, you can get that on PC. Like I have Emulation Station running, and through trial and error, like I've been at this thing for like weeks and months, and it's fine. You didn't catch the joke? I'm so mad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's take a look. Then I'll mute the music. That was Arkham City? Damn.
Hold on, hold on.
Oh, hot damn, son. I thought I had the Chrome on there. All right. Well, okay, do this on the fly. Oh, that's not going to work. I use DuckStation on my Android for PS1, also Lemeroid, and no shitty ads. Yeah, DuckStation is amazing. I love DuckStation. Oh, I think we already got this kind of set up. Okay, so this was, and I have it muted.
Turtles.
What the?
I think the game glitched. It wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, you're still there. Fuck you, Dave. Get out of here. All right. Okay, let's resize this. Hang on. If I crash, I will be right back. But tends to not like when I do this stuff. So fair warning. We're good. We're good. The only thing, Limerick, is that you can't freely customize the controls unless you have some external, and no cheat support either. That sucks. We'll have to look into that. So this is the last on the playlist that he had.
It's time for the final game of the night. Third game of the day. This is a game that is very pertinent.
I don't know why he tells it to us. I think it's because John Rambo's in this and he's trying to get his cadence in there.
Very soon there will be a movie for it. So prepare yourselves. We've decided to do it today since we won't be able to do it later this year. I'll have moved. Here we go.
And oh, look, there he is getting, look at all that emulation on there. So I believe the emulator he's using, oh god, it is a Genesis emulator. I can't remember which one, because I do recognize, like, they do have like the TV snow as like kind of the backdrop.
Yes.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. What the hell?
I have to, okay, hopefully I explain the video. I have to ask, why the hell did you pick the European ROM? Why did you pick Hero Turtles, which is what they call Ninja Turtles in Europe? He tries so hard not to kneel over from the tangy gin. Did I really look up emulation and pick go and try to find some authentic Italian spicy pizza boy, mama boy rants? Yes. And also for ROMs. So like we're going to look up Pick Go for ROMs and rants, and also Pick Re to try and find detractor stuff, but I don't think we're going to find it. I think Pick Re might be down.
Hero Turtles. Attack, jump, and dash. We're gonna do comic book colors.
Whoa. Sound test, always love that.
Here it is. Yes. time to airlift it away. They hear, here's the treasured Hyperstone from Dimension X. Wait, turtles, look at them.
Yeah.
They're hideous. Oh. Look, it's the comic book colors.
Okay, so like he's just playing this with John Rambo. It's fine, right? Here's my theory on this. One of the maybe he'll elaborate that when we start going through Pick Go, talking about Rob's and emulation. I think because this is the last recorded incident, I think he used an emulator. I think he's too stupid to know how to use an emulator. I think he had to have John Rambo come over and do all this because he's too stupid to do this. Even though, like again, doing anything below PlayStation 1 is the easiest thing. Get the emulator, get the ROMs, bam, you're done. Yes, you can do some extra tweaking if you want to, but you don't need to. Chris Turner in the chat says, I'm 45 and I've been there since gaming started and I see nothing wrong with emulation. Like you said, Johnny, it keeps games alive, games that have been forgotten. Exactly. 1000% correct? Oh, hell yes. Let me get my soundboard on here, make sure. Let me skim through a little bit here to see if there's anything pertinent. And let's say, like, you know, audio, like, Genesis audio is a little rough around the edges, but like Hyperstone Heist is like, it was fine. Like, I've played this many a times, especially on OG hardware, because I got the Hyperstone Heist for Gabe for one Christmas. Hope he still has it. Online function can be done with games that didn't have it. Exactly. Especially in the era of Parsec. I tell you guys, if you have Parsec, that's way easier than trying to set it up peer-to-peer with the emulators. You could just have one person run the emulator, log in through Parsec, and it works spectacularly. We have playthroughs on our Game Days for Good channel. If you guys don't know, I do a second channel with my friends. We do Let's Plays, we do game streams, and all the revenue we generate from those channels, we don't take any of that. That goes to charity. We donate to Extra Life and Children's Hospitals. We did one of the fan game Rescue Palooza, and we did that over Parsec. So it was myself, it was Jimbo, it was Wolf, it was Woody, and we had a blast. Like that's a great thing. It's like, it's so good to like just be able to connect like that. Look at all competitive capacity. There's probably the best example. Exactly. You know, Project N, Project K, all those different mod projects.
Oh, yeah.
God, this commentating's riveting. No wonder this thing's got 5,000 views in 11 years. Okay. So I'm going to pick go. And this is as far back as, okay, emulation box lock I could have forced. Emulation is just, okay, this is a stream preview. Oh, Earthbound, Ouya, Black Ops 2, Zombies, Zod, and more. Okay, so what did Pick Go say on this?
Emulation through streaming to give you a high quality playthrough of these games like I was never able to do before because I was using, in my mind,
okay,
a small child, but as a younger person. And I grew up with these games. These games, in my mind, are the quintessential classics of console gaming.
Okay, I'll rewind a little bit here to see. Phil, starting to get your identity taken if you try Fight Kit. According to him, there's no VPN that doesn't add massive amounts of lag. With a VPN, without a VPN, Phil will still complain about lag.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil!
Spider-Man. I did a GTA marathon during the summer as well. People loved the GTA games when I played Vice City and San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 3. But now it's time to do something a little different. So what I announced on Thursday was that this summer it's going to be called the Summer of Retro, and that I have a series of games that I played as a small child. Not really a small child, but as a younger person. And I grew up with these games. These games, in my mind, are the quintessential classics of console gaming.
They might be, but they're not your quintessential class. I highly doubt that he played any of these games that he's talking about. Remember, this is the man who, during the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition, had to look up the guide on how to speedrun Mario. Like, if you're truly the king of retro, you know how easy it is to beat Mario. You can beat it in under 6 minutes. But he had to go like, so wait, I had to go to World 1, and then the World 2, and then World 3. What the fuck? Does DSP will say the retro games are cheating? Oh, he already does that. Like I have a post somewhere where he like Mario Kart, like regular Mario Kart. Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating.
And I now have the capability through direct capture technology, through emulation.
Okay, so he's okay using emulation here. Oh, wait, he's still in Connecticut. Okay, he hasn't left yet. So John Rambo is here. So he doesn't have the ability. John Rambo has the ability to do this for him. The King of Bitchin', I didn't even know you could hold the B button in Mario until as a teenager, to be fair. Oh, to continue your playthrough. Yeah, I can't remember how I discovered that. I don't know if that's it. I don't think that's in the manual, but that's one of those like word of mouth things. So like you hear it on the playground. It's just like, oh yeah, if you do this. Oh, to run? Oh, JDX. I wouldn't be admitting that.
Streaming to give you a high quality playthrough of these games like I was never able to do before because I was using a camera that wouldn't really film these games very well. So the games that I am definitely playing this summer are as follows. Earthbound.
So he did 2 playthroughs. Oh, remember Earthbound? That was the day that Stream Elements kicked him out for being an idiot.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
I'm stupid.
Chrono Trigger. Super Mario World Co-op with John Rambo. Final Fantasy IV. And A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. These are
Wow. Okay. When was this? 11 years ago. He replayed all of these in the last like 3 years, and they were terrible. They were terrible. Also, again, Earthbound. I will always remember that was the date that he got booted off Stream Elements, and he sat there like thumping his foot on the chair because he's so nervous. I wonder if he's using copyright protection. Earthbound. That would have been funny. No, I think he actually, like, John Rambo probably gave him like the good ROM that had the bug fix in it. We all have that one dumb realization. Oh, JDX. You want to hear one of my most recent ones in the last like 5 years? It took me what, the 3rd or 4th stream of RE7 in VR. I realized that I could have knifed the boxes for like more herbs and ammo and heal spray and juice and all that. I don't know if there's a clip of that somewhere, but yeah, that happened to me.
I'm stupid.
These are 5 classic games that I played the hell out of when I was younger. I love these games to death. These are games that everyone, you know, they fucking mark out for them, basically. They say, oh my god, these could be considered
God, even had noodle arms back then.
some of the best games ever made, and people cannot wait to see people play them. So I'm finally going to be doing all these, okay?
Okay. No, yeah, they're terrible. Also, like, if you played them so much as a kid, why do you still suck at them? Some people always ask me too, it's just like, hey Johnny, why don't you go back and play Mario 3 all the time? Or why you play Mario World again? Like, why do you go do playthrough? It's number 1, it's a nostalgia trip. And number 2, it's also to keep up my reflexes. You know, just to keep that platforming brain going. You're a madman for playing that in VR. Oh yeah, it was a trip. I loved playing that. And Melody loved the heck out of like coming home and scaring me as I was streaming it. It used to be good, Donkey Kong Country, and now it's harder for me. Yeah, those are ones like I always want to go back to. All right, so that was that week in preview. Okay, here's his. Oh, we have to say that this is Mother 2. I wonder if in Super Mario Brothers 2, if he said that there was Doki Doki Panic on there. Okay, Earthbound.
Use some emulation in order to get them working.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Using ZSNES. You zesty ass bitch. And look at the 5 games he was talking about playing. Yeah, there they are right there. Not even gonna bother getting anything else. Holy shit. In a day and age where you could just type in SNES ROM list and just go to archive.org and get the entirety of it. That shit's a difficulty spike out of nowhere, no warnings. Yeah. And they're zipped.
Today. But
Hey. Nothing against keeping it zipped. If it works, right?
All right, so the first game we're going to be starting, one of my personal favorite RPGs.
Oh, and he's a madman. He puts it on the desktop. He's probably one of those fools that has like 1,000 desktop icons. It's like a nightmare.
Game that actually kind of redefined what an RPG could be, because at the time, all the RPGs that were out were all about fantasy and swords and goblins and fucking dragons and shit. And this kind of blew the whole...
Even though that Shadowrun was probably out and that was Cyberpunk. There's several different types of RPGs out there, Phil. No folder, Phil. I get it.
I get it.
Okay, so yeah, that's his only mention of emulation there. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 1.
And this is where emulation fails. Seriously. Shut up. This is where emulation massively fails.
Why does emulation fail?
Oh, you laid down.
Ooh, you're mashing buttons. That's why you lay down. So why does okay? I was a little confused. Why did emulation fail you there?
Stop calling him. Jesus Christ.
You can't use the slot 2 trick.
Ugh.
I don't know what he's playing this on.
I gotta skip 1,000 cutscenes again. And this is where emulation fails. Seriously.
That makes no sense, Phil. What do you mean that's where emulation fails? Okay, that one made absolutely no sense. All right. Emulation massively false laying down, honey lay down. Okay. Good thinking on emulation with the... Okay, this is Metal Gear Solid 18.
That's good thinking on emulation with the PlayStation 3.
What's good thinking?
Controller port 1.
Oh.
Tell you to do it. Controller no life because I punched the shit out of her during that sequence. Plug the controller back into controller port 1. They even tell you to do it.
They tell you that in the original game. Phil, they tell you that in the original game. If you leave your controller plugged to the controller port 2, that's built into the game. It's not emulation, you idiot.
Wait a minute, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What? Oh my god. I like how when you assign the controller, even though it says analog on the screen, it automatically reassigns it to digital, even though you don't want that, so you have to reassign it a second time to get what you actually want out of it. That's good thinking on emulation with the PlayStation 3.
Oh, he's being condescending there. Okay, Phil, I hate to break it to you, but there's only like 2 games of the PlayStation that actually use analog controls. One's Ape Escape and the other one's a chopper game. The analog sticks, you could use those, but it fakes analog control. Just thought you should know that. Anyways, yeah, that's what emulation does. No. PlayStation 3 emulation weren't they? I am a goddess. Oh, that's Saints Row 4 DLC. Okay. Okay, so what are we doing here?
Okay.
Part 30.
All right. Oops. Well,
thankfully, we're not going to get to in China, they say, because do we really need to do this again?
once again, this is day 3 of gameplay, everyone, and
Day 3? And you're still on disc 1?
I don't believe it.
You're still on disc 3. And this is your 3rd day of playing. Oh, he must have died a lot. I don't want to go back to part 1 to find out what difficulty he put it on, but my god, come on, dude.
It still doesn't fucking save your controller settings for whatever reason. So once again, it set me to digital instead of analog.
Analog is for PS2, Phil. For PS2.
What a great emulator. They were really thinking with this fucking PlayStation 3 emulation, weren't they? Yeah.
There he goes, insulting devs.
They were thinking, how can we make a quick buck with no fucking effort, is what they were thinking. Every time you go to play it fucking resets your controller settings, yeah.
Again, Phil, it doesn't matter. Digital, analog doesn't matter in this. Like, it only matters in PS2. Like, what the fuck?
Alright, got some bullets. What's up here? This is where Sniper Wolf was. Look, there's blood everywhere.
Oh my god. This playthrough is great, Phil. I don't get how people don't like DSP. This dude is an amazing test specimen that would drive even GLaDOS insane. Like, in all honesty, not to sound like I'm over exaggerating, but shoots his way through everything when it comes to the section when you have to shoot, you have the upper hand, he runs. It's amazing the level of hubris exists. Oh my god. From the series, will this... Okay. Oh my god, I can't go back that far. Okay, hang on. No, I don't want to queue this up. No, god damn it. No. Well, I'll search this later, but like, I'm just kind of curious what difficulty he played this on. I'm a Goddess emulation that began. I don't think this has to do with emulation because he's played the Saints Row 4 DLC.
I am the goddess of this simulation.
Oh. Okay, that was just the game saying that. It wasn't Phil. By the way, Saints Row 4 DLC. Amazing. Go play. You make me... Oh, I got you.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay, here's this Hyperstone heist. Right, just him and John Rambo talking about it.
They actually look good on the emulation, you know? I do not, no.
What, John?
Oh, the barrels. Hit me too! Down, jump. Oh.
Such riveting gameplay. Oh, I can close that one down. All right, so let's see. Emulation, all right, so that means it's not. Huh? Silent Hill 4.
This is going to be emulation. All right? So it means it's not going to be perfect. There's probably going to be issues. From what I'm going to understand, some common issues playing this game on Xbox 360. Number one, in cutscenes, there's like graphical issues, like there's lines on people's faces, and it doesn't pre-render properly. All right. Number two, from what I'm going to understand, there could be hilarious graphical rendering glitches, like just things not rendering, eyeballs popping out. I've seen a few screenshots that I almost pissed myself last night. People tweeted me some stuff. I was like, "Are you serious?" So this could
go ahead, Ari, spoiling yourself on that. That's funny. Like in the year of our Lord 2015. 2015, he still played on Xbox 360. Look at that. He's got an Xbox One. He didn't trash that. Keep your old consoles. The emulation, so there's no gone faces.
I heard this happens on the emulation, so their faces are going to be all glitched out.
And you?
It's Henry.
Oh,
Call me Jigsaw Face.
My dream, and you don't even know my name.
that is a little rough.
It's
Oh.
Fuck Face. Look at his face coming apart. That's like a weird puzzle. Ooh.
Okay, so complain about emulation, which, I mean, to be fair, you should probably kept your old consoles around to play it. Oh, Yakuza 4. Remember how he was the one YouTuber that made Yakuza famous? Guys of Children emulation. What? Oh, I must be talking about Saints Row in this.
Goddess of Children amulet. I see if that's better than the amulet I have equipped. Shoulder patch, if that's better.
Oh, that was his bust spout. He said Emulate. He thought they said Emulation. Okay. Gotta pick it go. All right. Part 14. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Sucks. N64 emulation, it delays the controls in a platforming game. That's not good, man.
It delays my controls, dude.
Well, I sure hope somebody picks up that phone, because I f***ing called it!
Yakuza 0 is my first Yakuza, and I could probably say I wasn't watching Phil playing it before I did. No. I attempted Yakuza myself. It's not my game, and that's okay. Not everyone has to have their game. But to say that he was the one that brought it to the forefront, no, it was people like Super Best Friends that were like playing it. Oh, holy for love, we bask in your glory. Yes.
Man.
Everything stuff.
Let's try again.
Come on.
I gotta be like super careful because everything's so delayed. This sucks.
There's no delay in that. I'm gonna like.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
I'm probably gonna boot up Conker's Bad Fur Day after this and test it out because there's like no way that these are delayed. He's just drunk. Jetpack refueled. End it like it started. You can see it's the emulation again. Oh, here he goes, blaming controls on emulation.
Wow. And yes, another emulated Xbox 360, as you can see. Emulation again.
Oh my god.
Which means I have to go back on busy again. Yep. Ultimate play.
Oh my god, please tell me people were trolling him when this came up and it's just like sending him friend requests and messages. That would have been hilarious. So yeah, I mean, like at this point, 2015, he's in Washington, right? Oh yeah, there he is right there. Yeah. So John Rambo's like long gone. So we're sitting pretty there. Give me 1 sec. I gotta add something to this. Whoops. Hopefully it doesn't bleed people's ears out, but I gotta add one more thing to the soundboard. It's my own little take on it. Hopefully it's not super loud. We'll see. Does Phil not know Rare Replay is on Xbox One? Yeah, it is. The thing is though, he was playing on Xbox One, but with the Rare Replay, if it was a game that was released already by Rare on the 360, it just boots up to the 360 version. So that's what he was playing, Jetpack Reloaded, which was a 360 game. I haven't played Conker's Bad Fur Day yet. Maybe I should boot up Rare Replay sometime and try it. Conker's Bad Fur Day is fantastic. Another example of Phil thinking electronics are sentient. It's the same people who think guns just jump up and have a mind of their own. Conker's Bad Fur Day on Rare Replay looks better on it. Yeah, it does. Okay, so where are we at here? Okay, Act the King 57. I don't know if ALT and Atlas are at this one. Big shout outs. I like watching you guys do the Act the King, but man, those Sunday night streams get really rough when nobody donates to Phil. Total Divas, graphics in modern gaming. Oh god. Okay, let's get this here.
You normally wouldn't play those games. Do you think that?
Okay, let's get to the stupid question.
1996. All right. Next question is from Christian Osborne, 1996, and Christian asks the following: Hey Phil, I saw that you've done Patron's Choice. Excuse me. You've done Patron's Choice playthroughs that you upload online. Such as your recent platforming marathons like Conker's Bad Fur Day and Crash Bandicoot, etc. And that's a good idea that you do those because you normally wouldn't play those games. do you think that patrons could vote for fighting games and PlayStation 2 emulation as well? The bottom line is, when I do...
Bottom line. That's my version of the bottom line. ALT and Atlas, you can't take that. Mine alone. Patent pending. I own that.
Do a patron's choice playthrough. It could be any game. I don't care what kind of game it is. It could be a role-playing game. It could be an open world creation game like Minecraft. It could be an action style game. It could be a game I've already played before, such as Fallout New Vegas, which won a patron's choice poll last year. It could be a game I've never...
Wait, I missed that. I was reading your chat. You should play a Stone Cold Glider chat. I will look that up.
Played before, such as Fallout New Vegas, which won a patron's choice poll last year. It could be a game I've never played before. It could be a fighter. It could be anything. I'm totally open to listening. And in fact, this is a good time to bring it up. On my Patreon right now for the month of January, you now have 3 days left to pledge to my Patreon. And if you pledge $5 or more and we hit the funding goal for this month, which we are close to, so we may do, the Patron's Choice playthrough returns, which means you're going to be able to nominate and vote on any kind of game for me to play.
Wow. Remember back when he did this? It's like, hey, yeah, you can vote on any game. Now it's the whole don't ask for Stellar Blade, don't ask for Catherine, don't ask for this game. I already did RPGs, no RPGs. Don't ask for stuff with long fucking intros. Don't ask for this, don't ask for that. In a nutshell, I hate it when he says that. Chris, my new pet peeve is fucking where he repeats himself. He did it today with because he had his little Chinese knockoff controller and it wouldn't register all the inputs where he was driving or shooting. And he goes, the controller doesn't work in this game. Look, the controller doesn't work. Does the controller work? I don't think the controller works. Yeah, I don't think the controller works. Like, fucking repeating yourself. Shut up.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Make Phil play Maximo Goes to Glory. Nah, that would be too much fun. He'd rage too much. Oh, okay, this is further on. I should have let it play it there. I guess he talks about it more here.
Like, say, emulation and stuff like that. Say, now, on PlayStation, say, PlayStation 3 off the marketplace. Well, that's tough. I don't have a method right now to capture the classic consoles without, like, say, emulation and stuff like that. So what's the problem? Like, are you still friendly with John Rambo? You could call him up and just be like, I don't know how to capture emulators anymore. I think it took a while. Where you have no idea how much I want to like face swap the guy from Back to the Future 2 with Phil. It's like, I think he took his wallet. I think he took his wallet. He took that guy's wallet. I think he took his wallet. I had one, I told Melly about this, like when Bart was getting famous for I Didn't Do It. And he was just like, he's like, yes, my job. My job. Repetitiveness is my job. I played and entered the last state by accident. Huh? Played what? Persona? if it's a game that's outside of easy emulation on a console or something, yeah, then I would say it would be tough, and that wouldn't be a viable patron's choice playthrough. But hey, if someone right now, if the patron said, wow, we really want to see Phil go in depth with, I don't know, Street Fighter 2, a version that's available, or Street Fighter Alpha Series, if there was a digital version available to play of that, or even those, the games, honestly, I could probably get the original Street Fighters emulated on my PC, and I could play with my joystick that way, and I could, you want to see coverage of the characters, I could do basics of each character, I could do arcade mode run-throughs, I could even do some online multiplayer. I could do it, but the patrons would have to ask for it, and ultimately it seems to me that patrons seem to have things in mind. For example, a bunch of people have been saying, when will Phil play the Mafia games? Because Mafia 3 is coming out, will he be playing one of the original Mafias anytime soon? When will Phil be playing, what was the other one that a ton of people asked? Oh, Darkest Dungeon. I guess this was a game that was like, you had early access.
Okay, so yeah, further off of it, but yeah, he's not saying that it's out of the realm of possibilities. Like, it sounds like he's willing to get Fightcade running, because like Fightcade was a thing back in 2015, right? Or 2016. When was this done? 2016 to 2016. This doesn't seem like it was out of the realm of possibilities, but we know Phil, he doesn't really follow through on this shit here. Emulation, the fire sale thing, anyone? Okay, that's supposed to be Mushmouth. This is Black Ops 3 DLC.
I have the Emulation, the fire sale thing, if anyone wants it.
Oh my god, he's playing with people.
I'm pack-a-punching the haymaker now.
Who's he playing with?
And it became the
Ooh, who's he playing with? Who are you? Who are you? Oh.
There it is, right? We unlocked it.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, Air Raid Lord. Oh, I recognize that name. Oh, Maximal on PS2. Okay.
The special gun.
Maybe.
No, he doesn't play with randos. Too many people know who he is, and they try to get in.
Can you pack-a-punch it? I don't know. I don't have enough money.
God damn, can you imagine hearing that the whole time? Okay, so yeah, that wasn't even close to what him saying emulation. Banjo-Kazooie HD playthrough part 1, a witch and bull to kidnapping. Oh, 360 emulation, which is what it is. He's gonna complain about lag.
That was weird.
Full screen like that.
Oh. Xbox 360 emulation, which is what this is.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize it was doing that part there.
Yeah, fake Xbox Live. The old school Xbox Live.
Phil, why is this? Why is this fake? It's not fake. I mean, it's simulating it there. Just did a plain emulation and they on Red Dead Redemption.
Went out and just did a plain emulation and they didn't.
Oh god, face cam. We're in the era of face cam now. When was this? 7 years ago? Holy shit. God, it took you long enough to do face cam. All right. The way he laughs reminds me of Butthead. Oh yeah, he goes tuh or bleh.
That's cool. I went the wrong way a third time, dude. 3 times in a row, I went the wrong direction like an idiot.
Maybe if you put the bottle down, you wouldn't go in the wrong direction. All right, wasn't much on that. Emulation, and you want the chance to. Okay, Ask the King 65. Former pro tips. WWE baby faces suck. Why games need stories. Oh god, wait, it's just some base ass takes on this shit. All right, let's go 10 seconds behind and see what's going on here.
Who is a fan of Nintendo? And
Oh. Let me get the full context. Let's see. Let me see what this.
Places I'd like to go to visit and why. Well, I just told you the country. Only Next question is from Suck a Surprise, and he says, "Have you ever traveled internationally? If so, where did you go? And if you haven't, where would you like to visit and why?" Well, I just told you the only international place I've ever been was Newfoundland, Canada. That was it. Never.
It's pronounced Newfoundland, you fucking idiot.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Why does he pronounce it Newfoundland? Ugh. You know, Tara Reid said Newfoundland and Alone in the Dark. That pissed me off too. Newfoundland. Not that hard to say.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
He Funland, that's why, yeah.
Visit and why? Well, I just told you the only international place I've ever been was Newfoundland, Canada. That was it. Never.
I would love to have seen him try to imitate a Newfie accent. He probably landed in Newfoundland and someone went up to him and said, "How's she going, me trout?" And just like, ice to buy the bills about and ice to buy sales him. Oh my god, he probably's like, "What the fuck? Why are you talking so funny?"
Never had the opportunity to leave the country outside of there.
please leave the country. I would love for you to have an international incident somewhere and never be allowed to back in.
Outside of that, where would I like to go? A few places. I'd like to go to Japan someday.
That's not happening. No matter how much money you save, 100K a year, can't afford a trip to Japan. No trip. I refuse. I understand. I think it's used to see said to be fair. I mean, eyes the buy, the bills the boat, noise the boys the salesman. Oh shit! I fucked it up. Hang on. Crap! How far back were we? I hit number 2.
Much about emulation and but I guess we'll see how stuff goes. Okay. Now, 2 things that I've kind of always wanted to do in my life. Right now, not looking so good, quite honestly. But I guess we'll see how stuff goes. Okay.
Okay, 7 years ago, did the tax arc happen by then? Supercard had to have been around this time, right? This is when he was putting 80 hours a week into WWE Supercard. It has to be. Champions is not out yet, to my knowledge. Okay. I can't wait for the memology on Mind's Eye. Oh yeah, it should be great.
All right, last question, folks, because I went long on every part of Ask the King, and my throat is completely shot. So let's end the show. The final question is from Joe Halo 77, and he says, SNES Classic, is it good or bad? Well, the answer to that question ultimately depends on who you are. If you're a person who is a fan of Nintendo and maybe someone who has not had an opportunity to get a kind of gaming collection.
What the fuck was that mush mouth? Wait, I need a replay on that.
Someone who has not had an opportunity to get a kind of gaming collection. And doesn't know much about emulation, and you want the chance to play these retro games from your collection. Someone who has not had an opportunity to get a kind of gaming collection.
Jesus, dude. Enunciate. Put down the bottle. Face.
And doesn't know much about emulation, and you want the chance to play these retro games from your childhood. Then this new SNES Classic is what the fuck? SNES Classic is a godsend, right? You're able to get a singular unit that's going to have like 27 games or something in it and play all these games from your childhood on your modern TV. Great. If you're a collector, probably the SNES Classic is a godsend because it's probably going to sell just as much as the NES Classic did. And you know Nintendo's going to do exactly what they did with the NES Classic, not create enough of them to create artificial demand. But if you are an actual collector of video games, you're probably fuming.
Why? Why would someone be fuming? Because these are not to replace physical games. This was a niche. This was a small niche. I've got like 6 mini consoles right now. 7? How many do I have? I've got the NES Classic, SNES Classic, the C64, the PlayStation, the Genesis Model 1, and TurboGrafx. Oh, sorry. And the Neo Geo. That's 7. And then I kind of stopped because after a while, like, it was getting kind of ridiculous. I don't have the Taito one. I don't have the Astro City one. I don't have the Genesis Model 2. Because that was like limited supply in only Japan. But like, the SNES Classic and PS Classic are a total fucking scam. I only have Genesis 1 and 2 mini. So my S Classic. I still have them too, but like, I'm fine now with like a more powerful PC there. I'm fine emulating them on the computer. Damn, my boy collector. What the fuck? Yeah. Why is that not showing up on the that one there? The Sega CD on Sonic CD Genesis Mini 2 has button delay. Oh, really? Did not get that one.
Nintendo is releasing all these games that you maybe have collections of, and now the value of all these games will go down because you can easily play these games on a little modern console. Like Earthbound is one of those games that like was always hard to play, and now anyone can just go buy an SNES Classic and play it easily. So what's the value of the cartridge now? You know what?
Pretty much the same. And guess what? In about I don't know, when was this out here? Yeah, in 3 years time, those are going to skyrocket exponentially because of a little thing called COVID, and people have nostalgia. It's like a 3 or 4 second delay. Really? Oh.
For someone like me, it's a non-announcement. Any of those games I could play right now on an emulator, so I don't care.
So why don't you? Once again, we're like 7 years out. What's stopping you today? The Philip Burnell of today. What is stopping you today from playing those games? We're going to keep exploring these videos and find out. Again, this is why I wanted to do this. I want to find out what slippery slope, what transpired for Phil to just say like emulation is just the root of all evil. It's illegal and you're the devil if you play emulation. I'm not going to see the delay, but it's hard to play and only Sega CD that has the delay. Really?
About buying the SNES Classic. The one exception would be Star Fox 2, which honestly I don't want to play. I thought Star Fox 1 on the SNES, honestly, I didn't like it. I thought that the graphics were terrible. The frame rate.
Holy crap. This is revisions. These are the people that just like who played N64 back in the day, loved it, and nowadays like the cool thing is to say like, oh, the N64 was always horrible. Look at all these look at all these polygons. Look, you got PlayStation, your CDs and load times. It was way better. Like rose tinted glasses. And the same people saying about Star Fox, like that shit blew my mind again. Like I got 3D on this cartridge. This is amazing. I love Star Fox. Detective Tractor, Mr. Chasey. Yeah. I need to get Mega Drive Mini 2. Sorry from the UK.
Garbage and the graphics were terrible. I really like Star Fox 64, but I actually didn't like the original Star Fox that much. So play another game with the same graphics as Star Fox 1, I'm not really interested. I think it would be more clunky and annoying than anything else. That's why they never even released it, because the PS1 had already come out and blown away the SNES in graphics. So they were like, no one's going to buy our game for, 60, 80 bucks.
Phil, they were still putting out games for the Super Nintendo long before this time. The reason they didn't put out Star Fox 2 is because Miyamoto felt that it could have been remade and put on, they wanted to save it for the Nintendo 64. But then again, the Nintendo 64 ended up getting delayed. So then Star Fox 64 had to get delayed. That's why the year 97 is probably like a golden year as far as like Nintendo 64 games are concerned. You have no idea what you're fucking talking about. Hello, Phil. My name is Lieutenant JDX, and this is Detective Johnny. We know some things that went down that night. We just want to get your side of the story if you need to clear anything up.
When there's far inferior looking games on PS1, just scrap the project.
Hey, let's smack.
So,
1,
I don't
2.
know, man. I just seriously
A little mini one there at the end.
Yeah, I don't see the SNES Classic to be a big announcement. Just like I didn't think the NES Classic was a big announcement.
This is one of like the most like. This is one of the most God, the word's escaping me. Scalp things in the world at the time. Like people loved this thing. Like my boss at the time bought that and this SNES one because it reminded him of his childhood, and he wanted to show his kids what gaming was like, and he wanted something that he could actually beat his kids at instead of playing Fortnite all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with Fortnite. I'm just saying that, for people our age, like, we wanted to put this stuff to our kids and be like, hey, this is what gaming used to be. Like Melanie and I have had these discussions, like when we have kids, like they are going to grow up on the classics first. Like we'll get them like, the newer stuff here and there, but like we want them to appreciate the stuff that we had. Only casual sloppers bought it. Sorry, giant boy. And that's your opinion. Also they had 6 buttons. I'm trying to figure out what games it had that used all 6 buttons and not 3. Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I think. Yeah, those are the top ones. Hey, Greg, what up, Johnny? What up, Grim? What up, Johnny?
People were asking me to get the NES Classic. I'm like, why? I can play all those games right now. Oh, but don't do that. Go buy the NES Classic. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It's very simple. It's a collector's item, much like every other thing that Nintendo's putting out. It's a rare collector's
Shut
item.
up, bitch!
It's artificial demand.
Thank you, word man, for the 50 bits. Yeah, shut up, bitch.
Makes everyone want to run out and buy it for the resale value. It's really not that big of a deal in my opinion. It's good if you have no access to those old games and you want to play them. It's bad if you're a collector. For most people, it's kind of who gives a shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is gentlemen. That's enough of that. I can't believe that whole thing. Perfect emulation of the target. Tacoma. What is Tacoma?
Was asking. emulation of the target personality, accurate in every detail.
Wow.
Oh, that's just the game doing it, not Phil. Okay. Emulation, not it's so freaking okay. Maybe it's N, but I can barely hear the video, DSP. Oh, really?
The difference of elevation, not the freaking hammer. The hammer has nothing to do with that.
No face cam on this. This is weird. Okay.
You can cause the drop.
Okay, Danganronpa never really I should have got into, but that's okay. Okay, pre-stream, double streams are back. The GameCube emulation has become very what?
Worse, the GameCube. Okay.
Oh, nice healthy start there.
Shout out to Kekken 3, who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, worst comes to worst, the GameCube emulation has become very good. I'm sure it has. The problem is, will my PC be able to handle an emulator of a console while I'm capturing and streaming? I don't.
It's perfectly fine, Phil. Based on the lemon that you have there, it could probably do it. Just watch Game Grumps Danganronpa. Yeah, but like that's on the same level as Phil's playthrough, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Just Ego Raptor, he just like skips all the tutorials and stuff, and then he goes, "What the fuck do I do?" Well, if you paid attention and weren't making dick and fart jokes every 2 seconds, maybe you would know how to play the game. But then again, like with Game Grumps, is less about the gameplay than it is the actual game. Or the conversation than it is the actual game.
No. I don't know if it's going to be able to or not.
Are you willing to try, Phil? It doesn't sound like you're willing to try. I mean, you could, even on that lemon of his there, he probably could do it. But I think right now we're starting to get down the slippery slope. He just doesn't want to. Is that all on GameCube emulation or what? Okay, he said, okay. All right. Has Aaron ever beaten Breath of the Wild? I don't know. I don't follow most of the Zelda ones on there. I think he's had his handheld since he was a kid. Oh, yeah, totally. Spyro the Dragon, because I'm playing this on PS1 emulation. Oh.
I think it's because I'm playing harder when I'm playing this than anything else. And that's the problem. I don't think it's the game itself. I think it's because I'm playing PS1 emulation on PS3 and it ends up feeling sluggish. So I'm just gonna have to get used to it.
No, it's not sluggish. It's you, Phil.
Yeah, so on to another 10-bit shirt that he screwed up. He didn't mean to say that. He combined the two statements in one. And Neo Spartan Hesperos did a 10-bit shirt says that Vera says it's okay. And I did not see one of her cheers.
Oh, God. So enthusiastic. Oh, God. 10-bit cheers. Ugh, whatever. More Spyro and time off begins. Oh, is this him going to Kit Kat? It's 2017.
So I've just got to put up with the emulation, and it's all right. I mean, this game it doesn't seem incredibly difficult, at least so far. I don't know if it'll actually up in difficulty significantly the further I get into it, but I think I should be able to handle it. Considering I beat Crash Bandicoot 1 with delayed input controls, I think I could beat Spyro the Dragon. Okay.
There's no delay controls. You just suck. There's no such thing as being handheld in our family. Well, there you go. Oh wait, I already read that compilation, so I already beat it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, he's still done that. Have the emulation on Egypt? I don't think that's right. Assassin's Creed Origins.
I will not have the immolation of Egypt on my conscience. Joe.
That was the game. Okay. Emulation sites? PUBG. Uh-oh.
5 on emulation. Okay, Panda had cheered. I guess I missed it. Dying games.
Let's just okay. No Santa hat, no nothing. He's not drunk and he's not going to spout slurs. I hope. If he does, YouTube, it is the guy, not me. You should ban the guy for his language. Also, 400 views on this. My God.
Vietnamese comrade said that 44K Panda had
Oh, Jesus. There's a name I recognize.
cheered. I guess I missed it. And said that they looked into that Fifth Element video game that someone mentioned on stream earlier. And they said that it's actually rated 4.7 out of 5 on emulation sites. Huh.
Nice healthy sniff. Okay, that's it. Okay, he's not even paying attention. Like, if he gets sniped, you can be like, what the fuck? The BR game, dude. Like, turbo emulation anyways, as if you... Okay, that's not the thing. Lay's already via emulation. Pre-stream. Say goodbye to Ultra Street Fighter 2. I gotta get that before it goes off sale.
You know what I mean? Like, or ever, you know, it does suck because I don't even think the Anniversary Collection is getting a PC port. You gotta keep in mind, you could play all those games already on PC with a keyboard. You know what I mean? Like, there's already, via emulation and the like, you can already play all those classic Street Fighter games for free. So
why don't you do it, Phil? Again, why don't you do this?
Just throwing that out there. Random Ghost cheered, and he said, well, what about your Switch fans? Why are you going to ignore us and not play Street Fighter with us? Well, as I've already said, I'm not. It's a money issue, and I cannot, you know, in good conscience, spend $60 on a version of the game I know will be the far inferior without covering the cost. Therefore, as I said, if we hit the subs goal, then I will commit to buying the Switch version of the game. So another...
Wow. Okay, this is like, what, 7 years ago? He was pulling this shit back then? Wow. It's like, all right, only if we hit the sub goal am I committed to buying this. He just did this a few days ago with the wheel. It's like, all right, I already told you guys that you need to hit these goals so I can buy the wheel. All right, I bought the wheel. Now give me more money. But you already, because I bought a wheel. But we already gave you money for the wheel. Yeah, you got to give me more money, though. And if you give me the money, I'll buy some more racing games. Fucking crazy. Emotional damage. He even steals the money too a lot of time. Exactly. It's just because of the emulation in it. Oh gosh, it's Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
faster than it's supposed to because of emulation in this collection.
Oh, he probably lost hardcore. Who's he fighting against? The names aren't displayed. I can't tell who he is. There's no names on there.
Missed. By the way, as I said when I was playing this game online, the game speed's wrong. The game speed is running faster than it's supposed to because of emulation in this collection. So the game is running slightly faster than the arcade should be, and it's actually going to be a little bit harder for me to land combos and stuff.
Making excuses. Also, too, it wasn't the arcade that you were good at. It was the broken PS1 port. We get Mike Watson in here. You know what? I need a detour. Hang on. I need to hear that Mike Watson quote. Where is it? I need this for my soul. Okay, here we go.
John, in 2005, I think it was, the three of you were absent from ST Top.
ST that we played on for a while, and we just kind of took it lightly, thinking that it's pretty much the same as arcade. So I really didn't get that version, go out of the way to get it and practice on it. And when we actually got there, it wasn't that different, but the minor differences were enough to throw us off. And yeah, I lost really fast, and then so did everybody.
It was probably
else.
on Turbo 3 or something, you know?
So yeah, it was just a little bit different than what we're used to. So, but after that, I kind of learned my lesson to always get the version that they're going to play on, because you can't just assume that everything's going to be exactly as you remember. So,
Mike, come on.
How about you, Mike? What happened that year for you?
Is that the year PlayStation 1 was involved? Can we be real specific, or do you not know?
There was a problem. I think it was the PlayStation version.
Because when you play Bison and you hit a Fierce Flame and it only goes like 20% of the screen, you got a problem with the game. And you got some,
that's the answer I was looking for.
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube.
This heals my soul.
This guy thought he was hot shit because he beat me and Choi in a game that was like, it's like fucking Neo Geo conversion of Street Fighter or some crap, dude. and he was so proud that he put under his signature, he's the #1 U.S. ranked Super Turbo player that year. But I mean, look at him now. I mean, he's just.
No, he's got 20,000 subscribers on YouTube.
20,000 idiots are subscribed to him. That's great. Congratulations. Congratulations with your YouTube channel, and hope you enjoy your life, bro. I mean.
Have you seen that Mike Watson interview where he said he thinks DSP is on the spectrum? Yes, and that was the reason why he didn't kick his ass. And of course, we know the other reason is because DSP called into a puddle of piss and said, "Don't hit me, I'm an alcoholic." This is why I totally miss the old FGC. It's like literally wrestling promos instead of Twitter thumbs. I kind of like the current FGC where we're just like, hey, let's just enjoy games. It's cool, right? All right. So yeah, bitching about Super Turbo. What a champ. And emulation makes the game run slow. Yeah, I said. Pre-stream, Street Fighter History Tour. Okay, yeah, we're still on that. Emulation. Okay, I'm going to skip anything that talks about Street Fighter because goddamn, like that just bores the piss out of me. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so a pre-stream about
bad that the game running on, and I kind of had a fear that this is what the collection was going to be.
Oh, it's not the collection. Fuck it. I'm not. I no Street Fighter talk. I refuse. I'm not gonna listen to him bitch about the anniversary collection over and over and over again. We are going to just simply talk about trying to emulate okay, Persona 5. He's talking about 60/40 old emulation, right? Okay, might be talking about 64. Yeah.
So I did that, but I don't think I ever played the main game of GoldenEye. I don't know if anyone would ever want to see me do it. Because there would have to be a N64 emulation, right? I don't know if anyone ever wanted to see me play it, or if there was a reason to, right? Like if there was an appropriate thing going on.
Okay, so you haven't played one of the quintessential most influential first-person shooters outside of Doom. To me, in my mind's eye, there are three, like if there's a Mount Rushmore for FPSs, three of those would have to go to Doom, GoldenEye, and Halo. Can you not barely hear him? Okay, I'll crank it up a little bit. Sorry. I feel like I try to get the volume mix good there, but I mean, if it's pretty quiet, let me know. I was like the FGC too addicted to SOCOM back then. I never played SOCOM. Clean cut babyface Johnny. But yeah, you're telling me that you haven't played one of the most historic and quintessential first person shooters of a generation. That boggles my mind. This proves the fact that he's a fake gamer.
Like it's like, oh, there's a new 007 event, a new movie or a new game coming out. Then I would probably do it. Alright, so I gotta beat this guy, it looks like.
Okay, so he won't play GoldenEye because there's nothing pertinent out there. Like literally, like now, because of Game Pass, he could play GoldenEye. There is like that HD upscale version of GoldenEye on Xbox One that has like modern controls on there. And if he really wanted to get really zesty, he could get a subscription to Nintendo Online and get the 64 version there. But no, not pertinent to today's times. First Light's coming out, you could play it during that time, right? Doom, Halo, maybe GoldenEye. I don't know if I would put it in COD 4 without doubt. Yeah. People forgot Unreal Tournament. Grim, I would kill for those servers to come back. Technically, you could play them with a VPN. Like there are active communities that keep the game alive, but man, I would just love for Unreal to just be like, okay, we'll put the servers back up. There is actually no way. There's another server. There's a fan lobby server that works, and Epic has given them their blessing. They're just like, yeah, keep this running. Then Nintendo 64 cracked on emulation. Oh, okay. H1Z1. Okay.
I know that. So if there were, I think.
Okay.
Do it on emulator. Well, that's all I got time for tonight, guys. I don't have time for another match.
Earthquake at least before Golden Nitro.
Quack Cheer said, would you ever play Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 on stream? Yeah, I would consider it. I would have to I guess I would have to do it on emulator, right? I don't think that I don't actually think that there is a modernized version of those games on like a Nintendo console or anything like that, to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but I don't think there is.
Okay. Fact checking time. Fact checking. Okay, this was 6 years ago, 2018. The Switch was out. Was the Switch out? Oh God, I gotta research this. Piss me the fuck off. Hang on. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Switch 1 release date. 2017. And 2018. Okay. So I don't think the Nintendo Online was up, and the Wii U is still a thing. I'm having a hard time finding it. I could have sworn that, okay, so the shop wasn't there. By this time, yes, actually it would be on there. Nintendo would have had DKC 1, 2, and 3 on the Wii Shop virtual console. It was on the virtual console. You could have bought it there. Goddamn fucking liar. Let's say Half-Life 2. Honestly, I might put High Life on the Mount Rushmore. Don't at me. Yeah, High Life 2 looks interesting.
So if there were a modernized version of those games on consoles, like, you know, available on you know, Nintendo eStore or whatever, then I would consider it. But I guess I would have to play emulated versions, which I don't even know if they're available anymore, because I know that Nintendo cracked down on emulation huge in the past couple of years.
Yeah, so like, because Nintendo cracked down, there's not like hundreds of thousands of sites and hundreds of thousands of maybe potentially millions of people that have these ROMs backed up. I can't count on my hands, your hands, my wife's hands, how many times I have downloaded, re-downloaded ROM files. Like, once it's on the internet, it's on the internet forever. It's very hard to scrub stuff like that off the internet, unless people don't know about it. Exactly. JDX. Cut off one head, 2 more tickets, place. Hail Hydra.
So people would want to see me play them, maybe. But haven't really got many requests or anything for those recently. A Good RPG says they're on the Wii U. Oh, yeah?
See, there you go. Of course you didn't know that. You're a fat fucking fake gamer.
He's fat!
Piss me the fuck off. Okay, we were just on page 1 of that. Again, if there's complaints about straight, okay, like right here, this is him just bitching. Okay, Fight K is on PC, all emulation. Okay, I can watch that one. But if there's anything Street Fighter, the Anniversary Collection, we're skipping. Fuck it, emulation Tinder? What? This has to be Mushmouth. There's no way.
Hey, you fuckhead. The Emulation Tinder and a large Titanite shard.
Oh, okay. That's his Mushmouth. Emulation, it is morally wrong if... Okay. 2018. I think we're starting to get down the slippery slope. Tony says, I'm personally thankful for archive.org. I am too, because that's where they a lot of people get all that stuff on there. Just like with the current Switch EMU situation, it's not even real improvements. It just focuses on Yuzu. Yeah. I have 3 different forks on my Android phone. Not even forks of the forks. Okay. Oh shit, wrong one. Okay.
It's on emulation. Is it morally wrong if you
I hope we're learning something. Well, number one, I hope y'all are learning that Phil's a fake ass gamer, and yeah, fuck Phil. Oh, my recent event thing is weird. Okay.
There you go. Throwing that out there. Thank you very much for the cheer, Insomniatic Me. Alexander Rossi has done a 25-bit cheer. He says, what's your stance on emulation? Is it morally wrong if you download a ROM that you never bought an original copy of?
Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Come on. Hit me with that good stuff. Hit me with that good stuff, Phil. Oh, by the way, how's the audio? Let me know if I need to boost Phil up or anything.
I mean, let me put it this way.
I meant to do a little bit.
Is it morally wrong to steal? Yeah. And it really doesn't matter what level of stealing or whatever. Theft is morally wrong. However, there are justifications for theft. For example, if you're dying in the street starving and it's the only way you can survive and you need to steal a crust of bread, yeah, I would say that's justified. You know, Robin Hood, robbing from the rich who were oppressing the people of England and giving to the poor, yeah, it's probably kind of justified, okay? In the case of emulation, what we're talking about is some very different situations. If you actively seek out ROMs for games that can be easily bought and sold on the common marketplace right now and played easily on a modern console, and you just steal them anyway, yeah, it's morally wrong. But if you are looking to play a game that maybe cannot easily be found anymore, it's insanely rare. There's almost no way to find a physical copy of the thing anymore that could easily be played. It's on a legacy console. It was never updated to a modernized version. Or, for example, maybe a game that no longer is even being published or created anymore. If you want to play that game, and if you don't emulate it, it's lost to the annals of history and will never be played again. Yeah, then I would say emulation is fine. You know, there's always a fine line. You know, and I guess, you know, really, essentially, what it comes down to is, what are you okay with yourself personally with your own moral code? Like, some people just don't give a shit and they'll just fucking download anything. Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out? Let me find that ISO right now and burn the game and fucking play it. Right? Some people are like that. They just fucking steal everything. And there's other people that don't want to steal it all. They're staunchly against it. There's no, you know, in no way, shape, or form should anyone ever do it. I'm kind of middle of the road. So
you're a fence setter.
Watch your profanity.
Thank you, Red Man, for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. What's your profanity? Man, you're really using that sound alerts. I love it. I love every second of it.
For example, if a game is readily available on the Nintendo Switch or the Wii U, and you can pay a few bucks and download a classic Nintendo game and play it like that, that's how you should do it. All right? But if there's a Nintendo game that's no longer readily available anywhere, and you can play it with an emulator and a ROM, then you should play it. You see what I mean? Like, that's kind of the difference here. Essentially, you know, it's about availability. So really, in reality, I can't necessarily answer your question, Alexander Rossi, because
you seem to have already answered it. Like, again, this is like, it's just such a bitch move from him. He wants to give an answer, but not have a definitive answer because he's afraid of pissing off the wrong person. To go like, oh, you're fully against emulation. Well, you're not getting my money anymore. Good day, sir. And then leave.
It would basically depend on the situation. If you had a specific situation that you'd like to toss my way and ask me, I would be happy to answer for you for my personal moral code, whether or not I feel that it's kosher. But everyone's different. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's different. Everyone's gonna have a different take on that situation. So, okay.
Okay, that was a bitch ass move. Okay, my son's like he wants it in that it's like, god damn, he wants to like wag the finger at you for doing it, but then go like, well, I can't really do that because, you know, free will and all that. You got to do what you want, right? Here's again, you guys. I said at the beginning of the stream, you know my opinions on that. Like, everyone pretty much does it. Every top creator does it because, you know, if it's not readily available, and sometimes it's also just for convenience. Like video games will have nights where it's like, okay, we're gonna talk about the top 10 NES games. So instead of like going on to Max's shelf and getting NES games off the shelf, he has an EverDrive and just loads the stuff onto there. Because again, a lot of the stuff is not readily available and you want to play on real hardware. And that's the closest thing you can get to playing on real hardware. If you have to emulate it, sure, go for it, right? And it's just like, again, we're slowly starting to go down the slippery slope of him, like starting to say like, okay, let's not do that. Okay, Grand Theft Auto 3 HD. What is he playing this on? And why is he saying emulation? Oh, he's in ammunition, not emulation. Okay. Most disappointing games of 2018. Oh, great.
Then just a quick, it really was a failure of what it should have been. If they had actually put more effort into it, first of all, Capcom had fucking done it themselves instead of outsourcing the work, so lazy, right? But if they'd done it themselves, if they had put more effort than just a quick emulation and everything runs at the wrong speed, who cares? Don't ask any pros if this is the right speed or whatever. Just fucking port it and release it out there. Then they lie to all the people out there and say that they're arcade perfect when they're not.
Oh wait, the Street Fighter. All right, fuck it. Don't care. Don't care. Like, you all know my stance on the Anniversary Collection. Like, it was fine. My big thing is that we had it good with those early Capcom fighting games on Xbox 360 and PS3, like Third Strike Online Edition, the Marvel Origins Collection, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like, you could set up 8-player lobbies and they generally worked. Like, GGPO worked great, especially with Third Strike. Like, my God, we were having epic fights online. It was great. And then this new collection comes out and it's like, okay, you're getting 12 classic games. You can play Hyper Fighting 2, or is it Super Turbo? Okay, Super Turbo, the classic Street. Oh, I'm forgetting which ones were available. It was like Alpha 2 or Alpha 3. I can't remember. But there was like 4 games that were available to play online. Third Strike was one of them. But we're been saying in the chat, 4-player lobbies. They cut the lobby system in half. Yeah, Alpha 3, Third Strike, OG2 or Super Turbo. I want to say there was like 2 versions of... No, Hyper Fighting wasn't on the collection. Hyper Fighting was in Capcom Fighting Collection 1. But yeah, that was the deal killer for me because that was something I wanted that version so we could do that on Game Days for Good. Back to G1 Game Days, because we wanted to have a good lobby system for like people to rotate out and to be able to watch the matches live. And that was the deal breaker for me. Now, I eventually did get the collection twice over because I bought a Humble Bundle and it's on PC now. But, you know, after that, we kind of like migrated over to Fightcade. That was a little bit easier to use. But then again, okay. So pre-stream
on the SNES and
Final Fantasy IV Endgame. Okay, what's he talking about here?
Okay, that's the one that I played a million times back in the day. And on top of that, apparently this version of the game has optional post-game content. Now, I am only educated on the original version of the game. Okay, that's the one that I played a million times back in the day on the SNES, and of course on emulation after that before it was ported to every possible handheld on the planet. So I can't confirm or deny what post-game content is available in Final Fantasy IV, the PC version. We won't know until I actually beat the main story of the game.
Okay, so you're talking about just emulating Final Fantasy 4 or 2 whatever time you played it, whatever region you played it in. Oh, you're supposed to protect your family if you're using Fightcade. Don't you know? They can snuff out your IP. It's like, yeah, that's my secret, JDX. I'm not a massive piece of shit. No one cares to spoof my IP. And you know what? Who cares? You can easily reset your IP. How many times would he die to ZMRS? Maybe there's a this is how you don't play on that. I'm fairly certain that might be fun to have on the background when we do some build streams. Consoles you have to emulate them on. Fishing and tearing down and starting anew. Oh, Minecraft chill streams. Oh, great. Pavavera, no. Help me out, Pavavera. I don't know how to build stuff in Minecraft.
I'm gonna run out.
Oh, word. I don't know if you want in on this. This is something that I will pitch it to the Game Days for Good hosts. If they're not interested, I might pitch it to you. Melody bought the DLC Dungeons and Dragons stuff for Minecraft Realms. That's something we want to do. Keep that in mind. But I do have to give top priority to Game Days for Good hosts because we might do it on that. But I mean, if the spot opens up, we will let you know. I didn't know how many players it goes up to first, though, but just kind of excited for that. Look up. Got it. All right. Don't regularly watch Phil. I know. I don't watch his gameplay. I just watch like the little clips online, like him like sucking ass at doing Dark Ages, which is hilarious. But like, it's mostly like pre-stream stuff because like he just like he lies and contorts everything. It's so funny to catch him in lies. All right, what are you talking about emulation here?
Gosh, no. Okay, that's 2, so I need 3 more. Baby Man Gaming cheers says, did you hear Soldier Boy is selling consoles that have emulation on them? Yeah, and it's illegal. You can't emulate ROMs unless you pay licensing fees to the original companies from whom the ROMs are derived. So, for example, you can't have, Super Mario Brothers on an emulated console and sell it unless you have permission and you paid royalties to Nintendo of America to have that on there, which I'm pretty sure Soldier Boy did not fucking do. So,
dumbass.
Jesus Christ, you got me with that. Thank you, Red, for another 50 bets summoning dumbass. That was the best Red Foreman one I could find there, but I mean, it's true. That whole Soldier Boy thing was weird when he bought all those Chinese Famicom consoles and just slapped his name on it. That was crazy. Minecraft Tilty. Don't know if you do like emulation or. Okay.
I don't know if you do like emulation or whatever. The differences in crafting recipes for the console was kind of annoying. Drawing Minecraft, there's so many ways to play, and if you find a formula that works in Minecraft, you'll be drawing in a crowd for it. So far, I really enjoyed this stream. The differences in crafting recipes for the console was kind of annoying. Crystal Laser did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, we demand Game Boy Advance games. Everyone name your demand. See, I wish I knew how to do Game Boy Advance. I don't know how to capture or stream Game Boy Advance. I don't know if you do like emulation or whatever, but...
Yes. Okay, so we have to rewind back to like John Rambo. I swear John Rambo did all the work. John Rambo did all the work. He set up those emulators. He downloaded the ROMs, but he only downloaded what they needed to play. He didn't download like the full catalog. Which you look at like some get like me included, and this is Inspiration Shadows Hang Time, downloading the shelf, the libraries, basically getting everything possible. Not all the sports games, because like, you know, that's a tedious task, but like, my God, dude, like Visual Boy, probably the best emulation software for GBA. Get it wrong. It's not that hard. It's literally 4 clicks, but you don't want to do the work. You want everyone else to do the work for you, and you reap all the benefits and the money.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Wrong one.
He's fat.
I'll just say it there too. Oh wait, hang on. I need some Frieza.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
I played a lot of good RPGs and stuff on Game Boy Advance. I don't know if you even have open access to do that. Judicious Echoes did another 200-bit cheer. He says, I wasn't actually trying to imply that you only play new releases or anything. And while Minecraft isn't my thing, I've been enjoying the variety of content. Thank you, Judicious Echoes. By the way, you are the cheerleader, but
Oh, wait, why can't we put him on the leaderboard?
I'm gonna wait till the fishing trip ends, and then I'll update the leaderboard for you.
Jesus Christ. Gotta wait till the fish. That's all he does in Minecraft is fish. Nothing against people that fish, Woody. Oh, look at this here. Look at this bitch. $200 tip goal. Fuck you. Now he wants like now he counts everything, which is funny. Fish. You're out there catching a fish. Special retrospective.
To emulation in order to play classic. So I way 360 that I don't.
Oh.
Disgusting. You need to take it off and throw it out. And I even said controller. So I actually at one point bought like 4 of them at the store, and now incidentally I don't see these anymore. So I have like 1 or 2 stockpiled up just in case. You know, my current ones.
Look at all this garbage.
Cables for the 360 that I don't need.
So why do you still have them?
Here's my Nintendo. That's my original Nintendo. I still have this. Out of all the game systems that I have, this is actually my original Nintendo. Meaning this is the one I bought back in the 1980s.
You bought in the 1980s, Phil. You were 6 or 7. At maximum, if you hit 1989, you would have been 8 years old. I am the same age as you, almost. No motherfucking way you bought an NES yourself. Your parents bought it. I didn't buy my NES. I didn't buy my Super NES. The only console I bought for myself, starting off, was the Nintendo 64. Yeah. You were 8 when you bought that?
I don't believe it.
Thank you, Father Ted. I remember distinctly, like, we had borrowed NESs from my cousins, from my uncles. My mother and my father worked very hard to afford an NES. We went to a department store. She didn't tell us why we were going in. She told us to wait in the car. And brought it out. It was one of the happiest days of our lives. And then I beat Mario Brothers that night, and I was like, shit, we don't have anything else to play now. Fuck. But then that's when I got my love for marathoning through Bionic Commando, because my uncle gave me his copy of Bionic Commando. Love it. I bought the 2600 when I was still in the room.
I don't believe it.
X'd out on that. Yeah. I started off with an Atari 2600. We got one at a yard sale, and like I would go through, like people would be selling their Atari games like crazy. Like I had so much stuff to play on there, and I will boot up that Retro Classics app on the Xbox Series X, and I will play Hero every fucking night because I loved Hero. Hero was an awesome game on the Atari 2600. That's the one like you're a guy with a propeller and you lay down dynamite and just progress through levels. Fantastic. I got click vision while I was still skeet. Oh man.
Still works, by the way. You can see there is some corrosion on the inside. You can actually see the corrosion on the back wall. Sadly, it doesn't work anymore. I know for a fact because over the years that I lived in this condo, I tried to use it to do retro playthroughs, and it stopped working. It just wouldn't read games anymore. So it sucks because like it was really.
You can easily fix that, Phil. Buy a brand new pin connector, or you know what? You want to loosen up the pins? This is crazy trick I saw online. You can throw it in a pot of boiling water, and that will loosen the pins, and in some cases, clean it. It's not that difficult to fix an NES in this day and age, Phil. Dig Dug is where it's at. Dig Dug doesn't get talked about as much, just like Mappy. I love Dig Dug.
Cool. When I moved in, I was like, man, I can do all this retro stuff, and I did a few. And then after that, basically, it stopped working, and eventually I had to go to emulation in order to play classic Nintendo stuff. But all the connectors still work. I've never cleaned this. That's the miraculous story about...
And that's your problem, Phil. You never clean anything. It's probably... I think it's still rotting in his closet, but we'll find out next month because, ladies and gentlemen, the next marathon he wants to do for July is the closet clean out. Oh my God, we're gonna watch him clean out his closet again. This is so dumb. Quite a good emulation station. Okay, what's emulation station?
Actually is quite a good emulation station. And what I mean by that is if you actually just load ROMs and or other emulation software onto USB sticks, you can basically load them into the console and turn it into like an emulator that you can capture easily from for streaming purposes. So if any
what?
Time to understand, the PlayStation Classic actually is quite a good emulation station. What I mean by that is if you actually just load ROMs, you can basically load them into the console and turn it into like an emulator that you can capture easily from for streaming purposes. So if anyone is interested in that, you may want to look into it, okay? But outside of that, I've heard it's very bad. I've heard that basically, essentially, the versions of the games that are included in it are not good versions. Like, they're pretty shitty versions with lag and displaying issues. And basically, the reason that this console didn't sell was because they didn't really put effort into it. It was...
Okay, he's talking about the PlayStation Classic. Okay, I'm gonna be that guy. I didn't have a problem with the speeds and the frame rates of those European versions of the games. Maybe it's just a me thing. Did we go complete through here? Oh, this is a different one. With emulation, unless I absolutely have. Oh, okay. What's this?
For one, I don't... Last week of July or the first week of August, okay? Young Remy, I am aware there's a ton of N64 emulators. However, number one, I don't like to mess with emulation.
Why? Because you don't know how to?
Unless I absolutely have to. Number two, it has to run on my PC. And, you know, I'd rather just do a console setup like I always do. So...
Too stupid to emulate. I don't think a Nintendo 64 emulator, like Project 64, is going to crash your precious Melon PC for streaming, Phil.
So there you go. Okay.
So there you go. Yeah. Don't ask for it. Just shut the fuck up. I don't think we're getting to like a whole support emulation of old retro games. Dragon Quest Builders 2. Oh, Lord. We've got some gold out of this one. Hang on.
It's only attack plus 20, but it can cause instant death. This sword's attack plus 40. So I'm going to stay with the copper sword. She agrees with me. Tip me $1. Says, do you support emulation of old retro games? Some games are hard to get. I think it's fair as long as you have your own game in the pad.
Wait a minute. She agrees with me? Dude, that's a detractor meme. How do you not pick that up? That's a troll. That's people trolling you. Because at this point, like, Cat is with you, right? We're in 2020 at this point. No, 2019. Okay, we're in 2019. Cat's living with you. Is this after, by the way, Cat agrees with me? I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, how are you gonna snake your way out of this explanation? I'd love to hear this, Phil.
I'm okay with emulation as long as it's not blatant theft. So, right, if you want to play a classic game and it's not available anywhere, like you can't get it on the Nintendo shop, you can't get it on a virtual console somewhere, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think the game should be lost to history just because you can't buy them somewhere. Joe says, what vegetable can't I...
Don't care about your vegetables. Okay. So he's still in the stance of, okay, yeah, we can get this, but no. Street Fighter, fuck you. GTA 4. Emulation, hold on. Chop City, let's fix this FPS. Frames per second or first person shooter?
Apparently this is a common problem with the Xbox One version due to the emulation. Hold on.
Oh god, we're gonna get claimed for this, aren't I?
Digital Foundry ran multiple tests and found the Xbox 360 version is the definitive experience on consoles.
For what? Of this? Because from what I understand, GTA 6 runs better on the one. Even better now because they have like FPS boost. No, not Dabba. This is the emulation that caused. Okay, yeah, he's could play about Street Fighter. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Staunch stance on emulation. Okay, what's this?
For the years I've taken a staunch stance against emulation. If Pope Killed Dragon tipped me $1 saying, how many play Genesis games on stream before using an emulator? Why not just do that if you don't get the mini so you can still do the classic games week? 2 reasons.
Okay, fair and honest question. You've done this before with John Rambo. We just saw you play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Hyperstone Heist. I think in one of those ones you also did X-Men 2 Clone Wars. What's stopping you now, Phil, from doing it yourself? Is it because you can't do it? It's too hard for your feeble brain to figure out? Let's watch.
Reasons. Number one, because...
Oh, and there's another thing. If you ever notice with Phil, he does everything in twos. He'll always have 2 points. Never anything more. Also, big ups for not having a tips goal. $28 in tips. You know, that's good. You know, no nickel a dime all of your den heads.
Over the years, I've taken a staunch stance against emulation, if at all you can get said games through legal means. The whole purpose of the Genesis Mini is to provide legal means to play some amazing classic Genesis games without having to steal them off the internet, alright? That's why. Back then, when I probably did the emulation, there's really no reason or no way to really viably play those games. Many games... Oh, shit. Damn, he got fucking fried from the behind. But anyway, many of the games that I played on emulator in the past were not available to be basically be played via other means. However, if you've taken a look, many of the games that I played over the years, I have actually bought them over like Xbox Live or whatever, some of the old school games, and played them that way. So it all depends on availability, quite frankly. That's kind of the main factor involved. So number two, there's the cool thing about buying a new console, the Genesis Mini, unboxing it live, taking a look at it and seeing exactly what it is, what it comes with, you know, how do you hook it up?
How do you hook it up? He really thinks his audience is that stupid. It's just like, here's what it looks like. It's like, yeah, it looks like a Genesis. How do you hook it up? The powered HDMI, video over. Oh my God. Like, I think unboxings has to be a dead art at this point, right? Like, I don't see anyone else doing these. It's just like, I got it. Here it is. Okay, let's try it. I don't see unboxings anymore.
How does the quality of the capture when you have it hooked up via HDMI and all of that? What are the features that it has? Like, it's cool release day hype when you.
And there it is. It's cool release day hype. You want to do that so you get all those people going, ooh and ah, here's some money at you, Phil. Good job opening up a box. By the way, he was fully expecting $2,000 for his Switch 2 reveal stream, and he only made $500, and he was pissed because he's like, I didn't even cover the cost of the consoles and the accessories I bought. All these accessories I'm never going to use.
You have the Genesis Mini versus, yeah, I could play emulated fucking Genesis games any day of the fucking week. You're absolutely right. And it ain't that big of a deal. So for me, getting the Genesis Mini is twofold. It arrives, I do a live unboxing on stream. We hook it up live together on stream. We do the first...
Why? We hook it up together. We hook it up together. Hang on. I need to download this for my buttons. I gotta make this like just like a thing that pops up. So, Uncle Phil.
We?
I said that to the big guy. He doesn't want to use it, so I was like, oh, I'll steal it. I mean, if my suggestion is, it's mine. I'll use it.
First capture, it's like a walkthrough of the console at launch, and then that week I get to explore the games that are available on the library of the Genesis Mini. It's a cool added bonus, okay?
And you give me money. Win-win, right?
So there you go, that's why. Me Pistol Meltdown Tree said.
Okay, so yeah, we're now with like we're 20. That's this 2009. Like, still no justification. Like you've done it in the past, so like, what's the problem? Okay, Elder Scrolls 3.
The one emulation will create bugs. Maybe it will. You know, the map menu, it shows you the name of the place you're in and where you're facing.
Okay, that was on Nothing Burger. Okay. Street Fighter, fuck you. Oh, you are going to blame Nintendo and emulation on your shitty Mario World playthroughs. Okay, let's see.
Really bad news for you. Apparently, Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Super Mario World playthrough, but I got some really bad news for you. Apparently, the emulation on the Nintendo Switch is awful.
No, you just don't know how to use it.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Allow me to explain.
Please explain.
So I just booted up my game, and this is where it brought me. And I'm like, this doesn't look right. Look at this. The castle's not completed. Last time we played, right, I did the whole chocolate forest and all of that. Right? So how could this be? I did, or not the chocolate forest, like the whole chocolate island, right? If you remember, every time I beat a castle or whatever, it says continue and, or save and continue. Yes. Well, it didn't save. My suspend point is from October, because my suspend point is from the last time that I played the game in October, and the game just did not save anything. So, I'm completely screwed over.
Oh no, you have to play a few levels again. Watch this.
Alright, so guess what, guys? We have to redo everything. Here's the thing, though. I swear, I'm not going to go back and redo stuff a million times at all. What I'm going to do is turbo through everything.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not having fun. I'm just gonna turbo through.
The sucks. Emulation is terrible, awful. Oh my god. It's Mario World!
The thing sucks. The emulation's terrible.
Why? Why is it terrible?
No, I did not delete my save pre-stream. The save does not save. We know that now. I didn't know that last stream.
It does save. You're just stupid. Exactly, wife of mine. Thank you. All right. Well, we got Mario World on this one here.
Emulation. It's not like pencils or something. They don't actually hurt you if you touch them. Only if they crush you, right? Kind of weird. Also, there's no lava. It's chocolate milk or whatever. Oh my god! I died in a pool of chocolate milk. Kate, the game does not save. It's a fucking piece of shit, poorly made emulation.
Oh, fuck you. Oh my god. So I was surprised at this emulation.
So, is it a surprise that this emulation is fucking terrible? You have to do save states to save your game. You can't rely on the in-game save because the in-game save is faulty and doesn't work. A piece of fucking shit.
Positive side Phil over here. Also, too, like, this is a pet peeve of mine. Like, take this off. Like, I hate when people, like, stream the Nintendo apps and still have, like, the buttons down here to do the menus. Like, it's the shoulder buttons. My god, just turn that off, please. It's, like, it aesthetically drives me nuts. GameCube emulation, right? Okay.
The GameCube emulation, right? Okay. The GameCube.
Shut up.
It's a Wii title? Oh, really? Well, then I can just play it on the Wii without the GameCube emulation, right? Okay.
Wait, what's he talking about?
Games? Excuse me, I do. Yes, I do, because, you know, I have the Wii. I now have the Wii that can play GameCube games. Excuse me, the Wii that can play GameCube games. So I'd be down for that. I would absolutely be down for playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 if people wanted to see it. Yes, 100% yes.
You don't need the Wii for that. You could actually buy the eShop version of Super Mario Galaxy 2. You could have done that. Pre-stream, it's the Pokemon Endgame. This fucking thumbnail. Oh my god. Get something feel like emulation. All right, switch emulation. People are emulation. Okay, we'll let this run a little bit.
Trying to get something feel like emulation or downloading off the internet is if you cannot buy it for some reason. If it's not readily available
that's
to
bad.
purchase, okay then. If it's the only way you can get it, then fair enough. If you need to download it, you download it. But that's always been my belief. In this case, this was a one-off situation where there was no way I was going to be able to purchase and buy Street Fighter Cross Tekken at launch because I wasn't going to be available. And my fans very strongly expressed the desire to see me play the game, you know, when I could. So I said, okay. And I went over to Howard's house and we played it for that one night. for several hours. I recorded and I uploaded that footage to my channel before I went out on my trip that week. And that was it. That was the one time that I can even remember that happened. That's what you're referencing. Yes.
Oh, it was about he got Street Fighter Cross Tekken like super early or something. I don't know if he like changed. I don't remember the lore if he changed his region to get the game downloaded early. Which whatever, that's a thing. If you want to do that, go ahead. I mean, you're still giving them your money, right? Gotta be frank, you know he'll forget how to use that menu. Oh, absolutely. Also, gotta be frank, what's up? How you doing over there on YouTube? Just trying to perfect a zombie spawner into an automatic farm. Can't quite get it. Oh, you'll get it, hun. Also, hi. Switch emulation that people are what? What are you talking about here?
Problem with save state was even previous. So the game was claiming it had auto-saved. It did not. It never auto-saved. And in fact, when I was doing that, people in the stream chat said, yeah, this is a problem with the Switch emulation, is that people are expecting that the auto-save game saves permanently. It doesn't. It saves in your temporary game file, and then you need to create a save state so that when you boot the game again, it'll have that state of the game, locked in. If you don't create a save state when you're done playing the Super NES emulator and you go to resume the game, it basically has erased all your progress. Now, back in the day, that's not how it worked. Back in the day with the Super NES, the games would save onto the cartridge. So if you were playing Super Mario World on the Super NES, there was no save states. It would just save to the cartridge, and you didn't have to worry about it. So what you're telling me is the modern Switch emulation of the Super NES has less capability than the actual real Super NES from 25 years ago. Isn't that nice?
No, you just fucked it up. Okay, yeah. So all this is he's just bitching that he does not know how to work that Final Fantasy VI playthrough Fight Your Friends. So it's really emulation of emulation. What did he play 6 on? Was it the PS3? Oh, okay. I'll give you that.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Yeah, okay. Final Fantasy VI playthrough.
So it's really an emulation of an emulation. Really. I'm playing this on PlayStation 3, but it's the emulated PS1 version from the collection of Final Fantasies on PS1. That's really an emulated version of the SNES. So it's really an emulation of an emulation.
Wow. Imagine playing the worst version of Final Fantasy VI. Could it be me? Like, objectively, it's the worst version because of the loading. Yeah, you get the cool CG cutscenes for that, but like, my God, it is the worst version. I think right now, like, we have a definitive version. Like the Pixel remaster is the definitive version of 6. Have you gotten that far, Wordman? Please let me know in the chat. But like, imagine playing the PS1 version. I mean, if that's all you had, fair enough. My God, that's how he played it. Oh God. And he bought the Pixel remaster. Like, go back. Oh, no one is gonna buy it. More Final Fantasy 6 year end. Emulation exists. Oh yeah, emulating on my what? Okay, let's see what this says.
Oh, emulation years. Why not remake some Pokemon games for it? Right? I would play them, but I don't know if they're ever going to do that. Rick Grimes says, "Oh, emulation exists. Oh yeah, emulating on my PC. Not a good idea.
Why not?
I want to play the game legally and relax as I play it. I don't want to be playing an illegal version."
I keep forgetting about this stupid artwork. It clips so you can see his webcam and his stupid borders. Like, no, whoever drew this for him didn't draw it right, or he didn't size it right.
And having to play on the PC is a whole other bag of worms because I don't really like playing games on the PC. It's not very comfortable over there. Playing a lengthy, imagine me playing a 60+ hour game on the PC setup. Ugh.
Wow, this PC, hey, he totally loves PC gaming now. He plays everything on PC. 5 years ago, fuck PC gaming. Fuck it up its stupid ass. The hypocrite. Free stream. Emulation doesn't properly run the what? Doesn't run the what?
Emulation. Minute. Everyone wants to see Zangief. Hit me $1.30 and says, "What's up with the Zangief stage?" Well, I don't know. It depends on what you're talking about, and I don't know what you're talking about. If you mean in Super Turbo, why does the Zangief stage run so quickly? It's because emulation does not properly run the arcade board the right way. And therefore, Zangief stage always runs faster than it's supposed to on emulation. In fact, it can sometimes run up to 50% faster than the...
Don't care. It's Street Fighter talk. I don't care. The same one. In fact, emulation, same thing. Warzone. Played on emulation, but then later, what?
You gotta make it happen quick. All right?
What we got here? Come on.
Emulate a game. I have emulated games in the past, games that weren't readily available for capture. For example, when like the classic Super Nintendo games were not available on any console that I could capture from, I played them on emulation. But then later on, they put them on the Wii U. So then I never really emulated them again. You see what I mean?
Get yourself sorted. We'll be deploying shortly.
What's that? Guys, audio mixing's terrible. That's kind of emulation on advanced. Okay, I'm gonna close down the other Pig Go because I don't think we're gonna get around to doing that. Emulation seems to like mix into that. Not good. Does it have a shoe emulation? What? Impromptu Q&A viewers. Okay, what's this?
Here, why is it not good? Does it have issue emulation or something? Like, what's the deal? I'd love getting. It's not worth the $100. Can you elaborate? I'll get the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. I got it. It's garbage. It's not worth the $100. Can you elaborate on that, Rob Mac? Why?
TurboGrafx is okay. Yeah, I guess that's a nothing burger there. Darkside Sale post Banjo Tooie Q&A. Oh yeah, okay, we're bitching about that. Cigarettes by emulation to this. What? Cigarettes by emulation. What?
Thank you, Rich Spider-Man. You're the best. Oh, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
What was that? Okay, that was a nothing burger. That was like nothing there. Okay, here he is in 2020 talking about Fightcade.
On top of that, Fightcade is an emulation suite that emulates ROMs, and it runs the ROMs at the wrong speed. Much like the 30th anniversary collection.
Okay, Phil, I am begging you, present evidence of something that's running at the correct speed and have it side by side. Become Digital Foundry and prove your fucking point. Because guess what, Phil?
I don't believe it.
Everything you say is bullshit. I don't believe a goddamn word you're saying about games running at the right speed and the wrong speed. Also, we're in this swivel chair era.
It runs Super Turbo too quickly. So certain characters such as Vega become absolutely godlike on Fightcade because you can't counter what he's doing because he runs too fast. You're going too quickly to react to.
So that should be okay for you because that was your main in 2005, right? Right? That's the one you took 4th place at Evo with, right? That's the one you almost beat Taquito with, right? Or Taquito beat you with it. I think you guys mirror matched Vega, if I'm remembering correctly.
So it's not even the real game that I like, and people are rampant cheaters. So there's no reason I would ever play that game on Fightcade because I'm not an idiot.
And then someone convinced him to get Fightcade, but then all of a sudden he found out about the IP spoofing, and he's like, I can't play that. I gotta protect my family. It says retail games emulation because a lot. What? Animal Crossing. All right, we're deep in the COVID era now.
Games, but emulation, because because a lot of the old classic stuff wasn't available to download, say on like Nintendo Shop or stuff like that. So I remember when I did the Summer of Retro, I played like Super Mario World, Zelda, Link to the Past, and stuff all on emulator. I haven't done that in a million years, and I have no plans to ever do that ever again. So the answer is no.
Why? It's got to be some type of superiority complex with him. It's just like, I don't have to emulate games, and that makes me better than you. I'm still not finding that I'm going down further this deep dive, and there's not a lot of reputable emulation, and this is Dark Pictures Anthology.
A couple reasons, because number one, there's not a lot of repeat. Uzi Go Hard to me $5, and I saw your tweet about Zombies Ate My Neighbors being taken off the Wii U store. Why not emulate it? Well, a couple reasons, because number one, there's not a lot of reputable emulation sites anymore.
There's plenty. Archive.org. You could just download the entirety. You can get the entirety of the catalog downloaded. I give you another one. Was it RGT repository? That's the site I've been going to a lot because they have a slow catalog that they're building, but they also put up ROM hacks that are already patched. So if you don't like using the IPS patcher, if you find it to be a pain in the ass, RGT repository, great site.
There used to be, but Nintendo basically struck them all down with takedown claims. And a lot of the ones that still exist today, sadly, they have like fucking malware and viruses and shit, and I don't really want to fuck with that. All right, that's number one. Number two, emulation isn't exactly the most consistent thing. It could be wonky, and games
like what? Please elaborate on that.
Could run inconsistently. So I really don't want to mess with it. I got more than enough stuff to do for the marathon. I wanted to do Zombies Ate My Neighbors, but there's just no real easy way to do it, right?
Okay, field trip time. We need to go. Search. When did this come out? Oh, Phil, if only you could wait 6 more months. Because guess what was released in 6 months' time? Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol Remaster. They put both of the games on the Switch eShop. And they are... how much? Like $15 for that collection. There you go. You just had to wait. You just had to be a patient little bitch and then wait.
I found the Batarang.
Alright, fuck that. Okay. Okay, Street Fighter talk. Okay, we're done with that. Alright, page 2 done. I don't think I'm getting any closer to finding out why he hates it. I think we might be near the end because like it just needs to be like a superiority complex where he's just like, yo, I want to do this and I'm better than you. Eclipse had a crap emulation.
Agree with you. Digital Eclipse had a crap emulation of a collection.
Oh fuck. Okay, Street Fighter. Nope, don't care. Piracy and emulation are the only true, and this is Halo Infinite. Oh god. Is this the campaign or is this the...
piracy and emulation are the only true ways of preservation because it seems companies don't care about preserving their own story. You know, I hate to say it, it's fucking sad, but you seem right in that regard. At least Microsoft has been making a solid effort to try to make as many games backwards compatible as possible with their modern consoles. But Sony just doesn't seem to give a crap. And that's bad, losing out on a history of games, right? games that in a lot of ways are the history makers, the milestones in gaming that brought us to where we are today. And we got to remember our past, especially because now we're saying games are art or whatever. We got to remember our cultural past, and video games are a major part of it. To not preserve that, right? I don't understand what these fucking people, the fucking CEO of Sony coming out and saying, oh, who wants to play a PS1 game? That just proves you're an idiot. You don't even know what the fuck you're selling, dude.
So why don't you emulate them, Phil? What's the problem? If you really want to stick it to Jim Ryan, which ripping back Jim Ryan, he's no longer with the company. But like, my God, like you could just stick it to him. It's just like, I'm gonna play Gran Turismo right now. Have Mel and I play Zombies Ate My Neighbors? No, it's not something like. Here's the funny thing: like growing up, there was no love for Zombies Ate My Neighbors. This was a game I routinely saw in the bargain bins at like Kmart, and Kmart was still a thing in Canada. And they wanted like $8 for it. Now, hindsight being 2020, if I knew that it was going to become a cult classic like that, probably would have snapped it up. I mean, you don't have that in hindsight. You don't know what's going to be a cult classic and what's going to be, you know, just kind of like a, you know, a bargain bin game, right? Chris Turner says he's got both on the NES. That's awesome. So he's all about video game preservation, but like if you ask him to play an emulation, just like, no, fuck you. Preaching podcast, play on emulation, a history of King of Fighters franchise. Okay, that's fight game talk. All right, Street Fighter throwback. Fuck. Ah, Kirby Souls. Who remembers Kirby Souls?
I might be boned here. Oh, I made the jump. Wow. I played it on PC back in the day with like unlimited continues and stuff on emulation, so that's why I've seen it. Seen the end of it and everything. Do coins help with upgrades? Yes, the coins.
Oh yeah, this was his birthday marathon week. He's celebrating the fact that he was 40 for a week. And I did my 40th. I don't remember. Maybe I did a stream. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. If I did, I probably drank and got food with friends and played video games. That's it. First major time when I used emulation. Pre-stream podcast time.
It was actually the first.
Oh God, is this the earliest moment that we've got the pre-stream now? Before it was a level 1, before Keemstar cut his balls off. Sorry, I meant Super Nintendo. What? No, that's fine. SNES, Super Nintendo. You can call it whatever you want.
Major time when I used emulation. These games were not readily available on any real consoles back then. I think that you could have gotten some of them on like, I'm trying to think, 2013, was that the Wii U yet? Yeah, it was.
What was he doing with his mouth there?
Was that the Wii U yet?
Pause game's on point. What is this? Oh my God.
Yeah, it was. So I think you could have gotten some of them on the Wii U, like the digital Nintendo store.
Oh, thanks, Jared.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, what's up?
I figured out how to make a zombie spawner.
Yeah.
And improved it.
I think it's let me guess on this, and I haven't played Minecraft in a hot minute, but like basically you just like build your own darkened room.
Basically, you take what's the spawner, you make a box. You go down a couple of feet extras, and you put some water down, and you go in one little corner with put a few signs, and you just make sure you put like a half slab so that the baby zombies won't come out after you, because the regular size zombies can't get through a small, like 1 by 1 block, but the baby ones can.
Oh yeah.
So I thought of putting those little magma blocks would help, but I couldn't figure out, okay, I'm getting XP, but where's the other stuff? So, and then I realized there's 4 little, because of the you need a chest to make the hopper. It collects a whole bunch of it.
Yeah.
So I never clued on to that until I looked. I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
I see. Well, but you know me, I'm just doing it in peaceful, but I still need the XP in some way. So
yeah.
I just don't want to. I'd rather kill zombies than farm for leather, although I did make a few things out of leather for my horses, which I'm quite happy I made a nice little area for them.
Yeah. That's good.
Yep.
All right.
I like doing, I like Minecraft, but I don't like the idea of getting my ass handed to me every goddamn day.
Oh yeah, this was back in the year too with the pre-stream where he would wet his hair and also put his little toy boxes behind him. Be like, look at all the consoles I own. Here's the boxes to prove it. And his stupid neck phones. This is the whole like, oh, I can't wear headphones.
I thought those were the neck fans.
No, it's a neck phone. It doesn't blow air, it blows sound. Because he got an ear infection one time. Stopped using the medication properly, so it always came back, blamed it on the headphones, and bought that stupid shit.
I've had hearing problems since I was 8, like 2 years old. He's not doing it right. You gotta have the drops, dude.
Yep. But he was like, oh, I don't have any pain anymore. I guess I'll stop the drops. It's like, no, you finish off the medication. You finish off the medication even if you feel better.
To fight out, make sure you don't get infected again.
No. And guess what? It got infected again. Anyway.
Excuse me.
The fuck that
If you remember, on the Wii U, it had a virtual Wii.
I'd send
So
him
it had like an emulated Wii, so you could download games both for the Wii U or the Wii to be played on the Wii U.
It turns into a super bug.
And so, yeah, I had the availability of doing that, but most of these games you had to play on like an emulator if you really wanted to play them well for like capturing and streaming. And so I remember that was the first time I really was using an emulator for months on end, and I remember that there were some technical issues and problems where it would crash and have issues. But at the same time, it was fun. It was. To go back and play the classics, you know. The other thing I distinctly remember about that summer is that I had a ton of fun. I did. Not so much the viewers, okay? And what I mean by that is...
Okay, I don't care. What I mean by that is us. It's back, legitimacy, a DSP successor.
On doing some emulation for playthroughs. And if you think that it's a legal gray area, what about only emulating for a system that possibly you already own the software for? For example, if you own a PlayStation 2 but you don't have a capture device for it, would you consider doing PS2 emulation because you already own that console and you can buy a physical game like Dragon Quest VIII off of eBay for cheap? Excuse me. Truthfully, I don't know much about this emulation you're talking about. The emulation I'm used to is like emulating a freaking SNES game on MAME or something, you know. I haven't done any major emulation of anything on a PC. I haven't messed with it. From what I'm going to understand, if you do emulation of anything like a PlayStation console, it actually eats up your memory quite a lot.
Quite a lot? No, it doesn't.
But I guess, you know, I guess the legality of emulation, right, is that, now, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I already tell you, whatever you're about to say, you're wrong.
If you actually own the console and you own the game, you paid for the product, then you can emulate it.
That's kind of a gray. The gray area on this is apparently you can make a backup of it, but even then, like some companies are kind of like about the whole thing, so it doesn't really matter in the long run. Like someone will clamp down and say, no, you can't do that. So you know what? Fuck it, just do it.
But only if you already own the rights to that product. You can't.
This is like a lot of things that a lot of people say. Like, I did watch like a TikTok of someone talking about like 5 GameCube ROM hacks you should check out, but they said like, oh, you can only do this if you legally own the game with asterisks. It's like, this is just like, this is it's dumb talk. It's like it talks just to say like to cover your butt, but like everyone knows what we're talking about.
You can't say buy the console, but then just download a ROM and play it on an emulator. You didn't buy the game. You didn't buy the license to the game, correct? I don't know the legality of it. I don't. For me, emulation has always kind of been a gray area. There have been times when I've used it. There have been playthroughs in the past that I did SNES games and things on there because you couldn't actively get them on a Nintendo console for capturing or recording easily. and it was frustrating to me because I'll be honest with you, it's actually harder for me to play something emulated than it is on a console right now. My consoles are set up to my capture device. I can go boop, record immediately. Just this Saturday, when we watch this Down the Rabbit Hole video, I'm going to be watching it on a console.
I forgot about this. For his first reacts, he had to watch it on Xbox. Because turning your chair like 30 degrees to the left, scooting up to your computer, and just doing browser source like I'm doing right now, that's too much work for Phil.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Why? I can just record right from the app as if it's a game.
You can just record for browser source too. It's not that fucking complex.
I can commentate right over it. There's no problems. It's easy to do. Okay? PC is harder for me. All right? But
why is it harder? Again, it's just add browser source to your sources in OBS. It's not that hard. You don't want to leave from your little mini castle in the middle of your office. It still drives me nuts to this day that his setup is like, it would be like, if I want to emulate his setup, I would have to take my desk and move it like 5 feet away from the wall, and that's the setup, and then move the TV back so I have to like lean in and squint on everything. They had a device back in the day that would copy Super Nintendo games onto floppy. Yeah, that blew my mind as a kid. There was a show in Canada. It was called Game Nation, and they interviewed this kid who had this big, massive thing on his Super Nintendo that could insert floppies. And I'm pretty sure ROMs back in the day were like really large, but he showed the process of how he got games. They blurred out his face and muffled his voice to protect his identity, because obviously that was super illegal because it was at the time. But he showed the host, it's like, yeah, here's where I go to get the games. He downloaded Natsume's Wild Guns, popped it in the thing, and him and the guy played it. And I think they had interviews with Nintendo of Canada were just like, oh yeah, this is completely illegal. You know, do not do this. Da, 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 da. But I was like flabbergasted. It's like, you can buy this thing to attach to your Super Nintendo and you never have to buy a game again. That's pretty cool. I don't know how much those things are worth. I don't remember the official name of them, but that'd be kind of interesting. You know what? Hold on a sec. Please stand by. Please stand by. Super NES. If I some Google images. Oh, this looks kind of similar. Hang on. Yeah. These little things right here. That actually looks pretty similar. Yeah. Yeah. Let's ignore that. Right.
I can definitely see why there would be certain situations where it's
that's it. Yeah.
What if there's old games you just can't get? You can't find them. They're collector's editions, you know, like, or not collector's editions, but they're rare finds. You buy it on the internet, it's like a $500 disc. Fuck, that's ridiculous. And people want to experience that game just for prosperity, not prosperity. They just want to experience it as a part of art. It's not that you want to own the game and resell it for a ton of money. You just want to play the fucking game, right? What I would say is, what may be interesting about this is Sony is about to come out with this new PS Plus package where they're
PS Plus?
They're going to offer they're going to offer retro games digitally on their modern consoles, right? So now you don't need to go out and get the physical versions. You'll be able to have a legal way to pay for this subscription each month and get the old games. Maybe that's the avenue to go then. The problem is, let me put it this way, HoboX, I can't say yes or no because I don't know. I don't know what really is out there for emulation. It hasn't really been a consideration for me because
Google is a thing. Google is your friend. Why do you hate Google?
Phil, you make me me angry, Phil.
I haven't really been able to do it regardless. You're right. If I have a new PC and it's top of the line and it can handle that kind of shit, kind of opens up new avenues. At the same time, as then
Phil, you don't need a top of the line computer. Your computer can perfectly emulate PS2 and GameCube games.
avenue I want to go down, or is it a legal issue? Now I got to worry about people reporting me for emulation and shit, right?
And there it is. Also, there's this glug 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 chew 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 to your fizzy water. He is so scared that like we're gonna call the net police on him, and we're gonna be like, "Oh, Dark Side Phil's emulating games." Everyone does it. I have never seen a single creator get anything bad happen to them because they emulated. Okay. Case in point, there actually was a case. Beat 'em ups. Wood Hawker was a Nintendo partnered creator. He emulated the Wii U Breath of the Wild so he could put mods in. Immediately got clamped down by Nintendo and let go. At first, Nintendo didn't tell him the reason why they let him go. And then when two of those like Nintendo Treehouse guys left and he had him on our podcast, and he's just like, yeah, straight up, did I get let go from the Nintendo partner program because I emulated Breath of the Wild? And he's like, yeah. I was like, that's on you, dude. You chose to broke the law. Live with the consequences. And you know, we all know it's a gray area, but listen, everyone does it. You just don't openly admit to it. And you're fine. You just hold on like, oh, I'm playing this on my actual, I'm capturing from my real thing. It's fine. It's fine, dude. Okay, that's enough of that there. Let's see. Okay, I think he talked about that more on the Act the King there. Oh yeah, all that Act the King on there. But people reported me, and at the end of the day, that's another thing he's worried about. People will report him. Game incredibly simple. Emulation. Pull that off PS2 emulation. What? Uncharted. Okay, now we're getting into territory from him.
PS2 emulation. It ain't gonna happen. At best, you know, an incredibly simple game, incredibly simple emulation of like an old console. Maybe it could do that. There's absolutely no way I'm gonna pull that off with PS2 emulation. It ain't gonna happen. Show game while also trying to capture basically locks up and gets choppy. Now, half the time my processor's pushed almost to the limits, if not to the limit. There's been games I've been playing recently, especially first-person games, where it basically locks up and gets choppy, and that's capturing from an external device. Can you imagine?
No, yeah, this idiot locally records his footage. It's so dumb. Like, if you're gonna be a streamer, be a streamer. If you're gonna do on-demand stuff, do on-demand stuff. Like, I fails them to do both at the same time. All right, featuring podcast. I think we're about to get to a big chunk because there's a bunch that big chunk that's missing.
Like you said, like emulation and things like that I can't currently do with my current setup. Yeah, absolutely, but it's just not viable right now. Right now, people have been back ordered on the damn thing for a year. People who pre-ordered it, like, you know, last fall still haven't gotten theirs. It's just not realistic. You know, in a few years maybe, right?
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, absolutely. That I can't play because it's PC only, and I can play it on the Steam Deck. Yeah, that would be neat. Or like you said, like emulation and things like that I can't currently do with my current setup.
Oh, so it just we just need to get a new setup and we'll be fine. Okay, what was this? 2022. Okay, Phil, it's been 3 years. You now have a powerful PC. What's stopping you? What is legitimately stopping you? I want an answer. I really want an answer. Another pre-stream here.
Emulation of like a 1980s/90s horror movie, right? And
oh, he's talking about Corey because
in a lot of ways,
he's talking about game. Capcom Fight Collection. Yeah, we're not doing one. Closet clean out. Oh my god.
I started doing
my god. I wish I had the sound bite. I'll just do it myself. Jad, this is for you. Fucking inflatable fucking crown! What happened to this hat, Phil? Are you gonna pull this back out from the closet cleanup in July? I really hope so. If I'm off that day, I might restream it and just get like drunk and just like spam my soundboard all day. But I know like Aviga is probably gonna do that, and some other detractors will probably do that. I'll hang out there, but like God, that's gonna be a rough fucking 4th of July weekend.
Are USB, and the reason I had these is because then after realizing I was gonna go direct capture, I started emulating Nintendo games, and John Rambo and I started doing emulation of NES and Super Nintendo games, and we started using these to play the games on PC because they replicated NES controllers. They weren't the best, but they also weren't that bad. How old are these? We got these in 2013 when we started doing stuff direct capture on PC. Okay?
And they are probably still in the closet to this day. Thanks for that, Phil. Oh, he's going to complain about Switch Online emulation?
So, emulation there on Switch Online. To kill all the people, what up? We were playing Earthbound on the Switch, of course, as a Super Nintendo emulation there on Switch Online.
Oh, so you're happy to play it there, but not there. Okay. Did these ones still exist, or are they gone? Oh. So there's a whole chapter of Level 1 podcast that are just gone. I think this is from the era of I used Eminem songs. Permafrost, okay. I can probably skip these Ragnarok ones. Okay, Level 1 podcast gone. Fuck You collection. Emulation on emulation. Oh, he's like Oblivion. Yeah, I'm skipping that. Emulation, the daily wrap. Oh, a daily crap. Oh, Jesus. A big disappointment. Star Wars on hold. Schedule now changes. What's this daily crap?
Be an emulation of those game engines. If the game was running steadily and did not have frame drops, you'd be able to time things and adjust to it.
Oh, this is the Battlefront Classic Collection. Yeah, you're blaming lag and input drops there. No, you just suck. With the real DSP, please stand up. Oh, no, he was using My Name Is. And he got copyright claimed for all those. So, of course, what does he do? Delete them and tank his channel because he took all those videos out of the algorithm. And they didn't. Those are lost views. They don't exist. Oh, yeah, now we're in the whole, like, I'm not using my desk lamp, my 5-ring lamp anymore. Now I'm using a ring light. A singular ring light, and I look like shit. Yeah, great era, Phil. Low one pack, yes.
For just like I said, for emulation, for low end games and stuff like that. You know, like if I wanted to play Chrono Trigger because it's on PC, through Steam, I think.
Oh, is this the mini PC arc?
Well, that's good to know. Just talking this out. If I were to get a Steam Deck, right?
Oh, he's talking about the Steam Deck. Okay. All to play the PC Steam version of Chrono Trigger, which whatever. It is what it is, right? It's fine. It's fine. If that's all you had. New event planning in 2023. All right, we're getting caught up here.
Emulation and modification. Their latest hit is against the Nintendo 3DS. Now, first of all, for the record,
oh, this is his shitty news segment. I think this is when Nintendo was going after Citra. Or they could have been after Yuzu. Because I think the developer of Yuzu also developed Citra. So both of those, he's talking about those emulators getting taken down. I don't know emulation. I don't know. The state of Street Fighter 6. Oh, God.
I don't know, emulation or something. I don't know. We'd have to talk about it. So, please be sure to run it by me. I don't know what you mean by PC Mini. I guess we could talk about it. I don't really understand. I guess we'll see.
I can't do this.
Powered PC that's not going
to. I've been waiting for one of those. Thank you for that. Thank you, Richard. Okay. Oh God, the mini PC is there. Oh God.
I didn't have access to a PC, emulation or basic things on Steam, and I'm going to tell you in a moment if this works, what we're going to do with it. All right, but let's open it up. Let's see what it is, shall we?
I kind of want to watch the whole thing of this, but
emulation and simple games, right?
by the way, he would never play emulators on this. I think the only games he played on this was like the Myst and Riven remakes, Hades 2 early access, Phasmophobia, Chrono Trigger. He played Chrono Trigger on that. I think that's it. And now he's got the big old, gaming monster PC that bugs out him every once in a while. So who cares about this thing, right?
So there you go. Took the plastic off.
Did you take the plastic off?
It's
I think
blue.
it's like the
Trig key. AMD Ryzen 7 5800 series or 5000 series and AMD Radeon graphics, it says. So it's got probably onboard graphics, right?
No, it's got a 480 installed on it. What the fuck do you think?
Trig key. So it's got, it looks like, is that a speaker? It's got built in, no way those are speakers. That can't be speakers. That's got to be like ventilation. There's no way they put built-in speakers on this thing. I don't believe that for a second. That would be ridiculous.
I don't believe
There's some
it.
ventilation there. There's your Ethernet port. There's your two USBs. One's blue, so that's probably the Type C, and the other one's probably a standard USB.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
And the blue is USB 3.0. USB-C is the tiny. Oh my god. Oh.
And then you got your display port, and you got your HDMI port. There's your power adapter right there. And two more. It's got 4 USB ports. Oh, never mind. This is good.
Oh.
Yeah, this is fine. It's got 4 USB ports.
Does that 4 USB ports?
No problem. I should be able to plug in a controller, keyboard, and mouse and not have any issue. It's got 4. Cool. All right.
Does it have 4? I think it has 4. Does it have 4? Hey guys, I think it has 4 USB ports. Yep, it definitely has 4 USB ports. Shut the fuck up.
All right. So 2 there, and I don't. Is that a USB-C? But why would it have that connector? It's the small connector. Why would it have that?
Because USB-C is going to be the new standard. It was future-proofing itself. My God. For someone who pretends to know... Oh, I can't watch this one anymore. Okay, we're skipping everything with the mini PC. Emulation is good for small projects. Okay, what is this? Oh my God. Are we in... Oh, we're in the era of AI generated... timestamps.
It's good for small projects. It's good for simple games and basic use. That's really what these mini PCs are really good for. All right.
Also, they're used in businesses, so you don't have a whole lot of space taking up. Like if you just need to do simple tasks, that is what mini PCs are used for. Mostly, also too, they are good for emulation boxes, but you'll never use it for that. I'll even think did he give the mini PC? Someone like in YouTube chat, y'all know he gave the mini PC to Kat, right? She's currently playing American Truck Simulator on that, and it runs like complete ass. I'm pretty sure I remember him saying something like that.
This PC is not a replacement PC for a standalone PC. It's not. Okay. It's
no, because you're gonna beg and cry for a $3,000 PC. All right. Really good PC for emulation. I'm sure there's other emulators you could. Okay. What's this pre-stream?
There's other emulation you could run on there as well. But for me, the games that I've never had a good version of are the classic Street Fighters. Really, honestly, it's always the classic Street Fighters. They get the short end of the stick. Here's a new collection. Oh, by the way, the game runs at the wrong speed, the lobby system doesn't work, and the online play is full of lag. Oh, thanks for the collection, assholes. Totally not a fucking cheap cash-in or anything, right?
Fly down to Capcom USA or Capcom Japan and you tell them what speed they're supposed to be at. They'll laugh in your fucking face. Well, first they'll go like, hey, it's the guy. You're the guy that jerked off on stream. You're still around, huh? Good for you. I think he's going to make a Wish Kid. Oh yeah, his Chrono Trigger playthrough. I am not subjecting anyone to that. Emulation is I saw my react. Oh, okay, maybe this one. because during his React days, somebody linked him to an Android box that has like emulator, like it has Emulation Station, RetroArch, all that built in, all pre-programmed for him. He just has to buy $100 box. He's got everything already set up for him, like the big old baby he is. Doesn't have to do any work, just plug in and play. Will he do that? Fuck no. But let me see what he reacts to this here. Okay.
You saw that emulation device that I saw on my React show, 3 weeks ago? It's just a little box you get for between 100 $200 bucks. And you can plug it into your PC and it runs everything. It's pretty insane. All right, you just learned.
No, you don't plug it into your PC. It's a standalone box. Just get a Super Console X, my dude. Like, if you're really that hard up, you don't want to do any of that work, just buy it. Just buy an Android box. My God. Emulation, people found a way. The schedule is supposed to get very challenging. Oh, is this the Fightcade arc?
And what happened is emulation. People found a way to emulate these games on PC and then have servers and things set up kind of bootleg so that these games could still be played for posterity purposes, which I feel should happen. I'm going to be honest here. Yeah, games like that last Smash Brothers, not the current one, but the one before. I remember buying it. Remember, it was a dual release. First it was on 3DS, and then like a month later it came out on the Wii U. So Nintendo basically tricked everyone into buying it twice. You know, you can.
How did they trick people into buying it twice? They're clearly different versions. And there's different options for people. You want it portably or do you want it at home? How did they trick you? Well, they tricked you because you're a consumer. You buy anything.
Never play that online ever again against someone? Like, what the hell? That would be like saying you could never play Street Fighter 5 ever again. We're just shutting the servers down. Oh. Why? Because Street Fighter 6 is out? Yeah, buy 6 or don't play anything. Wow. Right? You can't play your old games.
Oh my God, we're in the era of sexy too. He's wearing the button-up shirts. This is when LTG got to him. It's just like, stop wearing baby's clothes and work on your sexy. Good on you, man. Man, it's so easy to like break his fragile little mind. Oh, Pig's playing Fightcade. Let's go.
Fightcade is an online emulation suite and online multiplayer client that allows you to play classic fighting games against people all over the world with an internet connection for free. So I can play classic games like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 1, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, the Street Fighter Alpha series, just to name a few classic Street Fighter games that I used to play all the time back in the day in the arcades, that I've played at a competitive level, games that I know would be incredibly fun to play if Fightcade works well. I have zero experience with it. I've never used it before. I used its predecessor back in the mid-2000s. Okay?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay. We're on the precipice of him, like someone's about to tell him, oh, and is it like featuring rollback netcode? Oh, he hates that. Fuck the Cannon brothers, right? Emulation set up on my PC, mini PC. Oh, Jesus. DSPX is broken. Let's fix it. Yeah, no one cares, dude.
Emulation set up on my mini PC. I have not dabbled in emulation yet on my mini PC at all. You know, I had intended to maybe check out Fightcade by now, but I haven't yet. I really don't know how that would work or how elaborate and how annoying it would be to set that up, especially because for a marathon, I'm only going to be playing it for like an hour, right? So it's kind of like, man, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the very same time, why would I do that and do all that work for an hour during a marathon?
It's your fucking job. You get paid money for this. My God, like, he turns on the stream and expects money. My dude, like, oh, it boggles my mind how someone can be this so fucking entitled and still survive in this industry. He just gets like 4 or 5 people to fund his house and his lifestyle. Not to have an emulation. Okay, so this is a different one. Same shirt. Catching up on all the crazy stuff going on in the Levelwood podcast.
Do this kind of emulation that you're talking about because I don't have time off stream to do it. So when exactly do we want to sacrifice to do that, right? And the answer is, of course, no one wants to do that. Now, some people are saying Madden's free. Yeah, and Madden, I'm never going to learn Madden in 45 minutes.
Why does it matter where you have to learn anything? Just play the game. Also, nice AI image of a football player there, Phil. Where's the money? Why aren't you getting the money? And so on. So please, the money.
All you're going to see is me not know what I'm doing, get frustrated, and waste time. You see? So it's totally up to you guys. Let's keep talking about it. All right? So we figure out exactly what we want. But I'm excited for the events. The first.
Hang on. Hold on.
We? We.
Thank you, Uncle Phil. We need to figure this out. We need to do this. Who's we? You got a turd in your pocket? My thoughts on Xbox going third party are very not an emulation guy. You guys know that. Yeah, of course.
I'm not an emulation guy. You guys know that. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of the technicalities of how to emulate games. What's the legality of downloading an emulator and a ROM to play a Wrath of Cortex game and trying to play it on my mini PC? I have no clue. You're asking the wrong person, you know? I don't know.
You tell me what to do, but then do it for me. It's Millhouse when they're on the island. It's like, I'm too tired. You guys go on ahead and carry me with you. Self-emulation. Okay, talk about the legalities. Okay, skipping on the Baldur's Gate then. Can't emulate them. The emulation. Tons of game news. Rise of Ruin early access.
Because you can't emulate them. The emulation is so difficult to do that they don't have it on their own console. Now, there's other competitors to them that have been putting out emulators for PS2 and PS3 on the internet for many, many years, and some of them are quite good. But Sony seems to have not really taken advantage of that and just says, well, we can't do it. If you want to play our older games, you have to cloud stream them. And that was their solution with PS Plus Premium. You could...
Okay, that's boring. He knows emulators exist, but he just don't want to do it. All about emulation. They're like, dude.
A lot of people are all about emulation. They're like, dude, you're really missing out on like a gold mine with emulation on your mini PC. And I'm like,
yes, you are. Well, why don't you do this?
You may be right. Like maybe
we are right.
A lot of games out there I've never played because I couldn't play them because they're not available on a console. And maybe emulation's the way to go.
So do it. What's stopping you? Oh yeah, actual work, which is not really that hard.
But I don't know anything about it. You know.
Then that's why you educate yourself. I didn't know certain things about emulation. Like I said, my knowledge went up to as far as the Nintendo 64. Then I wanted to educate myself on getting even more stuff like PlayStation and PlayStation 2. Saturn was a big one that I really want to emulate because I've always heard that one's like difficult. Man, I fought tooth and nail, and it all it was just make sure you got the right BIOS file and it's in the right spot. I've got them now for the North American Saturn and the Japanese Saturn. So we are good to go on those. You saw it last night. They were popping in some Saturn games. They're working great.
That's something that...
And all I had to do was just research. I just take a little bit of extra time and go, hey, let me go online. Let me go look at some YouTube videos. Let's see what's going on.
I would need guidance. I would need someone to actually help me to understand it.
You're so fucking stupid. Okay, what timeline are we at right now? So 2024. Okay, this has been 10 years since John Rambo and him played Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. So John did all the work in that relationship. He pointed them in the right direction and said, okay, go.
So maybe that route, maybe I would have actually jumped and delved further into the mini PC to look for games on Steam, horror games in particular, but maybe other stuff, indie.
Don't care. Goldmine is mini console. Okay, yeah, this is in the same podcast. Emulation is not what it's good to be. Like gun games, yeah, you're not doing like a gun. Such as emulation on Fightcade. Oh, okay. Are we getting to where you give up on Fightcade?
Mini PC such as emulation with Fightcade or other, I consider it. We haven't really had a significant opening in any schedule to do something like that yet, but I think we will soon.
Oh, this is we're making up excuses why we have no time to do this. Okay, more Fightcade stuff. Multiplayer Monday fun. Oh, okay, Pigs playing Fightcade. Oh, we've stopped buttoning up our shirts.
Is an emulation suite program or whatever you call it. This is version that I played in the early to mid.
You didn't play it.
So make no mistakes. I'm sure today's experience is probably a lot better. 20 years to hash out the wrinkles or iron out the wrinkles, I should say. Probably is going to be better. Okay. Also, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. They're giving it away. That's pretty cool. All right. Now here's the thing. 10 years ago.
Okay, we don't need to hear him Pigs play. So, like, yeah, basically he can't play because it'll hurt him and his family. Okay. I think we're getting close to the end here. I got one last page for Pig Go. Big ups whoever made Pig Go, man. You're a gold mine for finding all of his stupidity. It's amazing the events there. System Shock remake. Emulation stuff is something we're not going to do anything. Gotta tighten down them graphics.
Emulation stuff is something we're going to look at now, but in the future for sure, we're looking for different content to do. The PC has opened me to a whole world of new stuff. I'm aware of that. Let's save here. And,
I don't think he's on his mini PC anymore. I think he finally got the regular PC. Oh, okay. Yes, he is on the regular PC because he's got MVC collection on the PC.
Emulation, they do run slightly faster. I think that's what it is. It's the arcade version, but it's running through heavy emulation. So it's actually artificially speeding the game up, which then, of course, makes all...
No, you just see... It's not artificially inflating anything, Phil. You're just stupid. Pirate Yakuza... New stream goals is too hot in here. Astrobot near end game. MVC finally works. Okay, we're still pitching about the emulation on fighting games. We're skipping those. We're talking about COD, new game sandwich selections. Because I don't want to set up. Oh,
they're free because I don't want to set up emulation and everything. It's complicated. It's wonky. It's not guaranteed it'll work. It may have issues. That's why.
Oh, we're in the King arc too. Oh wow, King's coffers. Okay, so this is Kino Casino amping him up and sending their dents over to give him money all the time. Now he bought himself that PC. I might have missed the other stuff because I wasn't paying attention to like the leaderboards and all that shit there. But like,
is it just weird that the chats really calmed down? The chats were like kicking and everyone's having a conversation. Now it seems like the chats are dying out. What happened?
Why aren't you talking and giving me money? Emulation is not meant to be a serious what?
It's meant for emulation. It's not meant to be a serious capture streaming PC. That's ridiculous. It doesn't even have good cooling or nothing.
Oh, the mini PC. Oh, this is also the era of filters. Okay, I think we're finally getting near the end. Welcome to ever start emulation. What?
Do I reckon I'll ever start emulation? I don't know. You know, I know I can do it. I know my gaming PC is pretty strong, and I'll be able to do it. But for me, like, when you say emulation, when do you emulate games? Well, when you want to play a legacy game that isn't available on, like, a current format. For example, last night it was announced, if you own Dino Crisis on any of the legacy platforms that Sony has had it available on digitally, you can now play it on PS4 and PS5 for free. I already made a post about it on social media and on my page last night. This is great news for me. I've owned Dino Crisis on PS3 forever, but I can't access it because my PS3 is busted. And the only other way to get it was to have PS Plus Premium.
Yeah, that's boring. Like I said, when you consider emulation,
then yeah, I would consider emulation. I'm not really aware of that right now. That it's something that we're desiring. Like, what?
If it's been any evident from the videos we've been watching, Phil, your fans have been craving you to emulate. Oh, we're getting a new mic arm.
Graphics are all pixelated and the emulation isn't great. It's not sharp or anything. Number 3, you're confined to playing on a PS3. And guess what? My PS3 has been dead for years. I can't connect to the internet at all with it, so I can't play anything on it.
Okay. That sounds like a you problem, but whatever. So no, I've not tried emulating on what?
I have not tried emulation on the new PC yet. No, that's something we have not dabbled with yet. I don't know what emulation I would even be interested in doing, quite frankly. Most of the games that I'd be interested in playing, you could just play without having to emulate. So I don't know. By the way, so this sounds just as good.
Oh God, no! It sounds objectively terrible. That your sure mic is like objectively terrible. Okay, we're talking about emulation boxes. Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. Oh God.
They were basically just emulation boxes, right? What the? Am I gonna try out the Soldier Boy console? Which one? He's already had at least 1 to 2 different consoles.
No, Soldier Boy. Okay, fuck it. Dark Souls remastered. Emulation. All right, 100%. Oh God.
All right, 100% matter of factly, indisputably, it's a complete and utter fucking ripoff. Okay, so why is it a ripoff? Right? Obviously, I better justify my words. I can't just say that kind of stuff, right? Well, if I could find the Phil's Day Off screen to go back to, I would go to it. I wish that I had mapped that as a button, but I didn't.
Oh, where he's now using his Stream Deck that he's had for years, but couldn't because he was stuck on Windows 8, or he refused to upgrade to Windows 8.
For it, I'm still looking for it. There it is. I'm gonna map that eventually to my Stream Deck. Okay.
Why not do it now?
Why is the Nintendo 64 emulation on Switch a ripoff? Okay. She goes to N64. She goes Mario 64. She clicks on it. She goes to play it. The game runs like fucking shit.
Oh, this was Kat. She went to because he had bought the online thing, and she went to play Mario 64, and it runs like shit. It does not run like shit. You have no idea what you're talking about. Go fuck yourself. I'm already done. I'm just like, okay, blaming emulation, whatever. I'm just not impromptu chill stream. Okay, this is like, I'm gonna sit here and just give me money.
Maybe emulation or whatever, but I'm not just gonna steal games. No.
Oh God, look at this vibrating. Look at him. Hello?
Oh, my nose.
Oh, Jesus, good sniff there. The Chris Chan sweater. Let's go.
Fightcade, which is an online emulation suite that's not safe. Fightcade does not protect your IP address at all. Someone who has an IP sniffer can easily get your IP address if you connect to them to play them on Fightcade. And of course, immediately if I tried to use Fightcade, my name would be given out and all the trolls would be there trying to sniff out my IP. And the moment they get it, they would immediately start DDoS attacking me so that I can't stream and make content and make a living.
So why does Maximilian not have this problem? Why does Justin Wong not have this problem? Oh, I know. Because they're not massive pieces of shit. Maybe if you tried being a decent person, people wouldn't try to fuck with you.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Just saying. Bad emulations of arcade. Was it Death Stranding 2 React Act? Friday to Freddy's Marathon?
Insanely bad. Like they were bad emulations of the arcade games that lagged and shit. They were really badly made. So unless there's a modern collection, there's really no way to play it.
No way to play what?
But there's not a modern. I would love to play classic Mortal Kombat collection, but there's not a modernized version of it. There were Mortal Kombat collections back in the day, but they all were insanely bad. Like they were.
Oh, and where are we at? March? 3 months until Digital Eclipse and NetherRealm announces the Legacy Collection with rollback netcode. You'll love that, right, Phil? I didn't hear his opinions on that, and I don't care. I know what he's going to be. He's going to get online. He's going to get trounced, and he's going to blame the Cannon Brothers again because he's inferior at every game he fucking plays. Awesome gaming. You could do emulation. What are we talking about in this restream?
Do awesome gaming. You could do emulation. You could do different operating systems. You could get better screen, like all these advantages.
Oh, hi.
So I feel like the hobbyist is going to be going for Steam Deck. The only people I think that are going to go crazy for this Switch 2 are, well, there's two groups. Number one, the hardcore Nintendo aficionados, fanboys, whatever you want to call them. The people that literally will buy every single piece of Nintendo, no matter what.
Like you did. And you only made $500 and you whined like a little bitch. How does it feel, Phil? How does it feel?
At least we're doing it better than him.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to play my Switch 2 after this stream's done. I'm going to get some more stuff unlocked in Mario Kart World. I might get some more stuff unlocked on Soul Calibur 2. I might see what's in the eShop if they've added anything new games on there. Because we like video games here in this household. Dad consarn it. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
What?
You know who came in the shop today?
What?
We were setting up a phone over there, and then all of a sudden this guy starts talking about like his sister, and oh, she never did all this stuff, and now she plays D&D and she collects all these cards, and she set up a comic book store up north with her husband. I was like, your sister wouldn't have to be named right?
Lily.
And he's like, yes. I said, she's friends with my wife. I was like, holy shit. Like, fucking small world. And we got to start talking about, like, the conversation just rolled into, like, hometowns. And
I didn't realize that she had any more family, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
well,
it was a great conversation. Yeah, it was like out of the blue. It was just like, he's talking D&D and then mentioned that. I was just like, hello? Yeah. I was like, oh my God. Like, shit, this is my wife. It's a fucking small world. I love it.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Good thing I accidentally reminded you.
All right. Have a good night.
I have to get ready for bed. I think tomorrow what I'll do between clients is I'll just go to Sobeys and get myself a salad.
There you go.
Besides, I got like 40 minutes between everybody. So.
Yep. Night.
Okay, so whoever that is, those people are going to go crazy. Those people are going to buy it anyway. They don't care, right?
And you bought it because you're a content creator. You have to buy it. No one put a gun to your head. Let's finally determine stuff. Okay.
Emulation or mods, etc. Well,
oh my God, his marathon.
So here's the slippery slope about mods, right? Like,
okay, this was for his viewers' choice marathon, where you can't vote for Stellar Blade, you can't vote for Catherine, you can't vote for anything that's got no lengthy RPGs, nothing with a lengthy intro, no emulation, no mods. Basically, get fucked, fans. Actively available besides on emulation. Okay, what game is he talking about here?
Has not been actively available besides emulation on any platform since the early 2000s. So finally, CVS 2 may have a big resurgence.
Oh, this is when Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is coming out. Other than Street Fighter 3 Alpha Upper and CVS 2, he has not touched a single game on that collection. He's just been trying to main CVS 2. He's going to be playing CVS 2 again on Friday. Like, my God. Just for variety's sake, you are a variety content creator. Play some Power Stone. Play some Plasma Sword. Play Rival Schools. Those games are fun. Play CVS 1 for fuck's sakes. He's like, no one's playing this collection anymore because you just keep playing CVS 2. I'm pretty sure people are playing the other games in that collection, but no, you want to hold over your head like that you play CVS 2 a lot. I'm afraid of emulation. Oh God. Okay. I think like around this time, yeah, in May. Okay, we're getting close here. Oh my God, this takes up the whole fucking thing. Okay, this is the last video. All right, we're almost done here.
January. Why do you think I was so apprehensive about migrating from my old 10-year PC to the new one? It took like 3-4 months to work all the bugs out of the setup, so now we can consistently stream every day without something turning off. And even now, today, that still happens sometimes, right? So now imagine I'm trying to get into emulation, and emulation is definitely something that's finicky, that you need to tweak per each game and each situation.
You don't have to do it for each game in each situation. Like, if you're going from like under Nintendo 64, so like 16-bit, 8-bit, 2-bit, 4-bit, Tiger wrist watches, you're fine. The basic setup will be fine. Yes, you might have to tweak a few things when you get a little bit higher. You have to get the BIOS files for a PS1, PS2, or Sega Saturn. Dreamcast, I think you're okay on. Redream is like a godsend emulator for Dreamcast. But like, my dude, like, you act like this is the end of the world.
It's not, oh, here's just an emulator and here's a ROM. Load it in, play.
Yes, for the little controller you have right back there, that fake ass Genesis controller. It's basically plug and play. You saw John Rambo do it when you played TMNT. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
For some games it is, yeah, SNES. But for anything past that, there's a lot of things you got to work on. All right? That's number one.
And number two, and there's no other steps beyond number two because you can't think past two.
I'm not saying it's not viable or it's not feasible. I'm saying...
Stop fiddling with the fucking... Ugh. I don't know what is going on in his brain. Like, I got sketched it. I got to touch it 2,000 times. Like, oh my God. Theo theory. He moved away from Connecticut because his parents were going to have him tested for Asperger's or autism. And he didn't want to be labeled as that.
Saying, man, it would be tougher because it would mean me having to get savvy on something that I really don't have a lot of time to get savvy on.
Pickups kind of sav.
Or else, every time I go to do emulation, you may have, well, guys, I wanted to play this game today, but it ain't working. Now we got to mess with this for an hour on stream before we can even play, right?
Or you could do it off stream like I do. It's very little setup that I do. You know me, like when I got Emulation Station working, I did this shit off stream. I was like, okay, gotta make sure that RetroArch is in this folder. Now Redream, now Duck Station, PSS X2, Redream. I think I already said Redream. But yeah, making sure all this is on there. And also going into RetroArch and downloading every single core. Even if I'm not going to use it, even if I'm not going to use C64, I got to make sure that core is already on there. Because when I do use it, it's there and readily available for me to have. That smug fucking face. I just want to punch it.
That's number one. Number two, this is the other factor. Emulation isn't legal unless you already own the game or the rights to the game, etc.
And nobody fucking cares. I'm not gonna, Phil, I solemnly swear that I will not call the net police on you if you decide to emulate. Oh, wait, what was that? Oof. Oh God. No. I honestly like even you report someone for doing an ROM and emulation, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Like Nintendo's not gonna bust down the door going FBI open up. Like, I really wish I had that on my soundboard, but I don't. But no one's gonna go FBI open up and I think he and the chair needs some alone time.
Right? So let's say, for example, people are like, will you emulate? FBI, open up!
Rip everyone's headphones. I thought I adjusted that sound. I'm sorry, but thank you for the FBI open up. Oh dear God, I'm sorry.
This game on PlayStation 1. Sure, but technically it's not legal. Now, I'm not saying that I would get into any kind of problems.
You won't.
But as you know, and I keep explaining this, I've already said it like 3 times on this show today. I am Darkside Phil.
Yeah, and you're a piece of shit.
I am not every other streamer. You want?
Because you're a piece of shit.
Understand that?
Oh yeah, I fully understand. You're a piece of shit. And that's why people fuck with you. If you stop being a piece of shit, maybe people wouldn't fuck with you. Maybe if you wouldn't whine and cry and bitch about every little thing about your life and spend all your money the moment you get it, people wouldn't fuck with you. That's just a theory. A Theo theory. Thanks for watching.
I'm not. I'm different because at every waking moment that I do anything, I have tens of thousands of idiots, obsessive losers on the internet stalking me.
Well, when you give all your information publicly, that makes it pretty easy.
So if I play Emulation, there's a very strong chance that I would have thousands of people reporting me to various different places saying, hey, did you know that Phil's playing this game on Emulation? This could be illegal because he probably doesn't have rights to do it.
Nobody has real rights to use emulation when you really get down to the brass tacks of it, but nobody really cares. So everyone just goes on their merry little way. But yeah, I think honestly, this would be gigantic poetic justice if someone did report him and he did get in trouble. I would howl. I would howl at the moon. This would be the greatest thing ever.
And that could send people after me.
But you live in a gated community with 1,000 cameras. You've got your own. You probably have your own little panic room. One of those rooms in one of those bedrooms has probably been designated a panic room. You and Kat and Jasper would run in there at the moment that you think a detractor's outside. You probably already do it because you're so fucking paranoid.
I could send people after my channel. That could send people after, the business at large. There's a lot of risk factors there. And I know you may say, oh, that's just ridiculous. You do understand that when I was going to play GGPO.
This is his intensive way of saying Fightcade.
Which is the way that the fighting game community plays fighting games online. There was actually people who were like this, like fucking super villains. They were like, well, good thing no one told Phil that you can use an IP sniffer with GGPO, and the moment you match with someone, you get their IP address. And the moment that they got it, they were going to DDoS attack me nonstop so that I couldn't stream.
No, the one thing you realize too is that you can be IP sniffed on anything. Like if you're playing on Precious PlayStation or even on your PC, you're playing Street Fighter 6 on PC, you can get IP sniffed pretty easily. No, the worst thing that was going to happen is that we were going to get onto Fightcade and we were going to basically wreck you and teabag you because you're a loser. You're going to get your shit pushed in on Fightcade because the pros play on Fightcade, Phil. And every pro would find out that it was you and maybe attempt to, push your shit in a little bit. You might find that odd person on Fightcade that, doesn't know what they're doing. Hey, maybe I could have been on there. Hey, you probably could have gotten a couple easy wins on me. But you know what? That's all that was going to happen. We were just going to sit there and just spank you. He can't handle my surf body. Man. Actually, I can see on the side there, Eviga's live right now. I'm probably going to redirect you guys to Eviga once this is done. And Phil's playing Mario Kart World right now. I don't know if he's online, but if he's online, we'll figure it out.
To the point where
maybe we control him in that. People have already done that. Someone showed up onto his online with the name Pandali17. Oh, I love it.
I was going to have to get my cable company to come out here and change my IP address again because it's not a quick fix with my cable company.
It's probably a quicker fix than you think of, but you do pay for that business style internet, so they have to come out. And you probably get a discount on it, if not for free, because you're Dark Side Phil and you're under Brunel Productions.
Didn't you know that there was an actual employee at my ISP who was resetting my modem on the daily and was changing all the information in the modem and turning on my wireless network to say insulting things about me to my local neighborhood?
I don't believe it.
Yeah, the story goes is like they changed this one of his Wi-Fi names to Pandali was hotter. I mean, where's the lie?
You're aware of that, right? That's the extent these weirdo losers have gone to mess with me in my life.
Phil, you have pretty tame detractors and trolls comparative to other people. I've seen some female streamers have their cars burnt to the ground because they wouldn't accept the affection of one of their fans. You're lucky. You're extremely lucky that one person isn't dented and, basically Minecrafts you in real life. Because you tell everyone where you go on your day off. You have an autistic schedule of where you go and what you do on your day off. And you're lucky that you should be thanking God every single day that someone doesn't drive up to Renton and, I don't have any gun sound effects on here, but like, I mean, 2 and 2 together.
So it stands to reason that something that's safe for everyone else, like playing on GGPO, doing emulation streams publicly, is not safe for me because these people are fucking nuts. I would not for a second believe that if I did emulation, that they would go to Nintendo, they would go to Sony, they would go to the publisher of the game, they would go to YouTube, they would go to this, that, and they would file false copyright strikes and takedown requests and this and that and try to fuck with me. So that's why I really don't mess with emulation. If there was a tried and true, safe, guaranteed way to do it, I'd be okay with it. But everyone knows it is a gray area. 99% of people get away with it because no one cares. I'm the guy who'll get screwed because of these people on the internet. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Again, I'm not like everyone else. I can't do what everyone else does to be successful. It doesn't work for me because I'm Darkside Phil. Get it? Okay.
You get it?
Cannot find the last podcast.
What the hell?
It's right here.
What the hell was that jump?
The last
what
podcast.
What the
right
hell?
Here. Podcast. I Phil. Get it? Okay. You cannot find.
What was that jump? Are you editing, Phil? Are you editing the podcast? No. I need to go to Raw. I'm not going to search it tonight. I don't need to go to Raw Phil for this, but jeez, like, I think he might pause it because he's like,
I gotta go pee, guys. I'll be right back.
duh. And then he left. Okay. What have we learned here tonight, folks? That was the last bit. Yeah. So it shows that Phil is a coward. People do fuck with him on the daily. He blames us for all of his problems, and yeah, I mean, and nothing will change. I did not expect that to go the whole night. I'm sorry if y'all came for anything else there, but that's something I really had to get off my chest. It's just like, why are you so abreast to emulation? Like, it just it perplexes me. But there you go. Good times, lol. That's it. Yeah. Well, oh wait. Oh my God, Chris. I don't know why it does this. Like, I got this new Axel chat, and it's supposed to be working, but oh wait, that was the last. Oh, okay, that was from a while ago. Okay, I thought I've been missing chats on YouTube. I apologize if I did, but this Axel chat works out a lot better than before, but I think it still misses some stuff there. All right, if you're over on YouTube, I'm gonna send y'all over. I'm gonna redirect you all over to Eviga. Or not? Are you live, my dude? Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, just take.
You haven't started. Phil hasn't started gameplay yet. What the fuck? Do you allow redirects, my dude? Oh, you need permission. Oh, okay. Don't worry. I'll have to get into this. Good. I'll have to politely ask him. It's like, yo, dude, can I is this stuff there? Okay. Spam the link in chat. Go watch Vega. He's restreaming Phil playing. Also, we could just look at this real quick. He didn't do the file transfer. And he didn't fucking buy that. Well, he didn't buy the welcome tour like he said he was going to. Like, what the fuck, my dude? All right, I'm probably gonna head over there to chat and laugh there. So thank y'all on YouTube for watching. You were amazing. Good conversations, good times, good times were had by all. You have a good night, y'all. Stay safe. Bye-bye.